This is the stuff that bothers me the most.
Don't kill my hype, Mike.
Acting
Don't
like
kill
it's
my
more
hype
than
right
it
now.
is. It's not. I'm trying not to. Okay, I'll calm down. Like, I don't know. We play the game. We know what it can do. Not much.
I'm getting a Fortnite ad right now.
Seriously?
It's on the side.
Okay. I'm full screen. I might need to lower the volume now.
Solar system size game spaces. Beautiful soundtrack.
Always.
You can do seamless transitions in this game?
I didn't know that. Yeah. Nobody's denying this stuff. You know?
It's a nice shot.
It's incredible.
Texture repeating. Texture repeating, I see it.
Yeah. I see the repeated textures. The argument is this stuff holds the game back. Prove to me it doesn't.
Yeah. Objects popping in. Streaming assets popping in.
Yes, I've walked around here for a couple of years now. Okay. Dense characters and players is debatable.
Yeah.
That's the only debatable thing so far. That has not worked well.
Yeah. It doesn't quite feel alive when you're in a city.
A fiscalized frozen ocean. What
does that mean?
What does that have to do with anything?
It's a texture. Does it unfreeze in the summer? Is that what they mean?
No. Also known as ice. That was weird.
Nobody has ice in their game like we have ice.
Our engine can make ice.
The soundtrack is dope, though. I mean,
amazing.
They always knock it out of park with their music.
Absolutely.
Microtech is gorgeous. They need more stuff to do on Microtech.
Oh, yeah.
The Carrack.
I mean, and this is Star Citizen right here. Fully interactable and explorable spaceships. That's why we're all here, I think.
Yeah.
This is what this game does differently than everyone else, I think.
This was my first big ship purchase in Star Citizen. I was like, that's the first time I dropped real money, and I was like, oh man, did I just buy something this expensive?
Yep. No. This is the ship I think is still the coolest in terms of like org stuff. It just feels right.
Yeah. The bridge is what sold it for me. I was like, yes, please.
For me, it was like the kitchen area. It just felt like a home.
Now, Mike, is this going to transition to Pyro? Is that what they're going to do?
No.
Are they going to be
not
like
yet.
jump gates to Pyro?
Not yet. We still have to talk about clouds.
Yeah. Also, don't show the moons that have the old school atmosphere and crappy textures.
Different biome. There you go.
Yeah. Oh, is that a new cave?
I don't think so.
Okay.
what you're telling me is this game is filled with amazing looking locations. Yes. We all agree. We all agree.
I've never seen this area. This looks amazing.
Yeah, that might be a new cave. The new rocket caves, I think. Two entrances. If that's real. Yeah,
I like that.
That's a big deal.
And if you can drive the rock in there, which they had the rock off to the side, that would be very cool.
Yep. That's a big deal.
The forests look way better. They updated that in the recent patch.
Yep.
I mean, Microtech is breathtakingly good looking. This looks better, though, for some reason. It looks better than normal Microtech. I can't figure it out.
It's probably because it's running at a frame rate that looks good, maybe? I don't know. Not stuttering. Yeah, we forgot about rivers. Very important. I heard a fish jumping.
Some loud water, man.
I know, I've had to play with the volume.
Looks incredible. Who was that? Oh, is that the
Prospector?
Prospector.
Yeah, they're gonna go mining. You can mine, by the way.
The ground detail looks a lot better. Like, this is improved ground detail, it looks like.
Yeah. We'll probably hear about it.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be like, all these things in the demo, these are the improvements we made.
Those rocks look great, too. Like, this looks higher fidelity. Oh, Jared said fidelity. He said fidelity was in the script like 3 times. So
true.
This looks higher fidelity.
It does look good. I've never seen these locations.
Mike, my chat is not used to your level of salt. They're saying,
I'm sorry, guys.
Tone the salt down.
I'll tone it down.
Just for the trailers. It's beautiful. Oh, please show an animal. They're going to show an animal. Can you feel it? You feel it, Mike? It's going to be a Microtech.
Nope, just wind.
Come on, let's see the deer. Here it comes. It's going to enter frame. 3, 2.
I just heard a weird sound.
Here it comes. 1.
Oh, it sounds like a ship.
Oh, did I call it?
It's the cow. Yeah, it's the space cow. You called it. Okay. Big
now
step.
Now we're cooking.
Yeah.
Now we're cooking, boys.
Huge step.
Oh, we can milk it like in that Star Wars movie.
Look at this. There's a farm.
Yes.
This makes me so much more excited for Fix It and Fly It now. Even more.
Yeah. You can fix your farm now, too. Oh, look at the solar panels.
Okay.
Now we're talking.
Somebody in my chat said, don't fall for it.
Yeah. Imagine the sandworm breaks out of the forest right now.
That would be funny. A
It's
frozen
a forest
sandworm.
worm. Yeah, yeah. You know they're going to end with something else here. They can't just pull the camera back.
Nah, they got to jump. There's our clouds, okay. Seamless the other way. Yep.
Yep. Oh, are we going to a jump gate? We might be going to a jump gate.
We gotta.
Are they going to show us physicalized suns yet? I'd be down for that.
That would be cool.
Oh, wormhole. Here we go, baby.
Somebody's jumping in.
No, I think we're jumping away.
Wait. Oh, the new quantum animation. This is quantum travel.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That looks gorgeous. Oh, if that comes into the game,
That is so much better.
yeah.
Whoa, I didn't think I would be that excited for that.
Oh, we're going through the asteroid, but Yella is still one of my favorite locations in Stanton.
Yeah, that looked good. I don't think much has changed here. This looks the same, but has
It's always looked incredible.
Always looked good. Yeah.
I can't think of how they would improve the Yella asteroid fields. They look fantastic.
Only way is if they were like bigger scale, which
some of this lighting looks a little better though. Maybe it could be more RTXy lighting. Who knows?
true, because they're on the kind of dark side, but they were almost on the dark side. Maybe that's why. Dude, that quantum looked. That blew me away.
That looked fire. Also,
Yeah.
the transition coming out. If they can get that transition down where it's not like some weird laggy thing. Yeah, we know about the real day-night cycle.
Yeah,
which is
planets
super
don't rotate
cool.
though.
Are they gonna announce planet orbiting? That would be cool.
That would be the next line. Okay, now they're saying where they are. So I imagine they're going to jump down and say we have gas giants.
Yeah.
Probably here.
Crusader is an underutilized asset now that they've got all the clouds.
Yep.
It really is an incredible looking planet when you travel through the clouds and stuff. Here we are at Cloud City, Orison.
Yeah. Still, I think the best laid out location. Everything's like kind of usable.
Oh, Mike, you know what's coming.
No, it's not. No shot. You want the space whale? You think so?
We're gonna see the storm walls, guys. It's going toward going towards the sculpture.
You got
Enter
the cow.
storm wall back frame. It's happening. It's the perfect setup. Come on, baby.
I don't know now.
Storm
that
wall.
That would have been the
Come
time.
On. That would have been the time.
That would have been
but
the time.
Let's see. Maybe they don't come that close to the city. I don't know.
I'll take the cow. That was cool.
Storm wall. Right now. This is the time, right?
MSR.
They're going to announce the new ship that harvests the storm walls. Buy this ship to harvest the storm wall.
This could be the time as well. The framing, it pops out from the other side.
Oh my god.
Yep. No way.
Those look great.
I'm going to point out that they're going to be very static and we won't interact with them yet, but that's still awesome.
Stop. You're going to be able to kill storm walls. I know it.
Because they're supposed to drop like loot, like on their tails and stuff. There's supposed to be resources on them, and I didn't see anything.
That was the original concept. They might have had to back off on that because that was crazy.
Yeah.
That does look great. I'm so excited about seeing storm walls at Crusader.
Yep, me too. It's just the first thing I looked for was their tail, and was like, was there anything there? Because that's what I loved about that concept. If
you can harvest their milk, that's going to be my career in game.
Oh, here we go again. I can do this many more times before it gets old.
Also, if they have different quantum for the alien ships and stuff in this similar type of effect, that's going to be great.
Yep.
Here we go. Here's a jump point. There's Pyro.
Yep.
This is Pyro. I'm vibing right now, dude.
I'm also vibing.
I saw some cows and space whales.
I would have never guessed that. I thought we were going to get little fish and some birds flying around. That's it.
Woo.
They really undersold it. I see it.
Oh, are they not going to have a gate anymore?
No, I see it.
Whoa.
It's just very different looking.
Yeah. It's not a structure around it this time.
Which explains why we didn't have a structure.
Whoa, that looks... If these are the actual graphics, that looks insane, dude.
Believe it or not, this looks exactly like they showed it in 2015, just a little bit more.
Not exactly. I watched it recently. It's updated. It's updated,
but it's still, they kept to it, is what I'm trying to say, which is cool.
Look at Pyro, dude. These volumetric clouds are so... Oh!
It's big.
Look at that station. Look at this atmosphere, dude. Look at the atmospherics.
I hope we go on the interior. I really want to see the interior.
They're going to, man.
Yeah.
Look at the chunk.
Look at the
of
arrow
station
pointing
that's
where to
just busted.
go to get in.
Oh, I didn't see it. Dude.
Okay. Hard to hate on this.
Wow, that looks
outside
incredible.
of the scuffed NPCs, which we all don't expect that to change anytime soon.
No, that's not stop until server mission.
Nah, this is awesome. Still have like clear readable signage though, which is important. Oh. We've never been able to change our body types.
Yeah, okay, okay.
So that's actually really huge. We're going to hear about stuff like this tomorrow.
Okay. That looks cool.
Yeah.
Less exciting because it's not giant tech stuff, but you know, I'm all about character customization. Yeah.
I was not excited for that panel, and now I'm a little bit more for sure.
Tattoos. I want like future tattoos, like holographic tattoos.
Yeah. That would be sick. Okay.
Ruin Station looks fantastic.
But they didn't show a lot. That was a small
maybe
look.
they don't want to. This isn't the Ruin Station showcase, though. They need to keep it moving. They got to keep the pace going.
I like the branding.
Look at that. Look at that. It's gorgeous. Have you ever seen a location in a sci-fi game that looks that good, man? That's insane.
No.
That orange emission from over. Oh, man. Where are we going now, man? Where are we going? My chat keeps yelling, Polaris! Polaris! I don't think this is the time for Polaris. That's talking ship, okay?
Yeah, we might hear about that then.
Ooh, what planet? Pyro 3.
I think Pyro 3 was the mossy planet. From
Yeah, Yellow Moss?
Yeah, from a couple years ago.
Okay.
Or the last few years they've been kind of showing it. I've been calling, I want to see a solar flare. I saw somebody in my chat type about that. I really want to see that.
That would be amazing.
That's the big thing with Pyro.
Sunshaft occlusion, dude.
What's that
it does
mean?
look really good. I think that's just God rays, essentially.
Okay, okay.
But from like volumetric clouds, it is impressive. That's impressive lighting tech.
The clouds look better too.
Ooh.
What is it?
Reclaimer.
Reclaimer, okay.
Yeah. What's smoking, dude?
All right. A lot.
It's just polluting up the atmosphere.
Oh, no, engineering.
Oh, here you go, Mike.
Yep. Look, it's on fire.
Oh.
Still looks very similar to the ISC, which is good.
That guy is standing in the fire.
Yeah. It looks actually better. I think it looks better.
It's looking solid.
Yeah.
I think it looks great, to be honest.
Me too. I had some issues with the ISC. They improved all those.
Even if the interior of ships wouldn't be built out of flammable materials, I'm down with it.
Yeah. Good point. Good point.
You need it for gameplay.
You do. All right, now we're really smoking.
Cool. Yeah. I wonder if that is how it's going to look when your ship is on fire. If it's going to be like bellowing smoke.
That would be sick.
Yeah. They mentioned that in a progress report a couple months back. Okay. That their smoke tech was really like coming along. Volumetric shadows from clouds cast into atmosphere. Yep. I mean, this is cool stuff. Like doing this on a planet scale. Nobody's doing this on a planet scale. Getting a little a shaky cam here. What's going on?
All right, back to the moss. I'm thinking settlements coming next.
I wouldn't mind seeing maybe if they did a flyover of some sort of pyro animal too.
Pyro crab, anyone? That's the only one we know about, I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, now we're chugging.
Is the stream a little chunky for you?
Theirs is.
Yeah, their stream's a little chunky.
I'm looking at mine. I'm clean.
Yeah, it's probably just a Twitch thing.
Yeah. Or a pyro thing, maybe. A little unoptimized still. Could be.
Yeah, it's possible. Pyro has not seen the optimization pass yet. Ooh, what's this? A settlement?
Settlement for sure. The top of one.
Oh, look at that lake down there, dude.
Who's he waving at? Did he just wave at us?
It's a good-looking planet. It's very different. It feels more alien.
Is that a reservoir?
Ooh. Oh, whoa, that's cool.
That's a landing pad.
That's cool.
That is super Mando, by the way.
Yes.
That was mega Mando inspired. Star Wars, guys. Woo!
Mm-hmm. What's Star Wars?
I think it's the one with Captain Kirk.
Okay.
Yeah. And the Klingons and stuff.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. I like their little wind generators. Those are fun.
That's what I got when I saw that the first time. I was like, outpost. And I saw that, it was like, we're gonna use that, maybe.
Oh, yes! Give me the...
Okay.
Oh, those water physics, dude! Imagine low flying over the ocean now. This is gonna be cool. Imagine an 890 doing that over the ocean.
Serrata just came.
Yeah, he did.
Serrata just came.
He's yelling right now.
Yeah.
Screaming. That looks cool.
Yes. What?
What? So we're getting destruction.
Never had that.
I didn't think they could do that on this scale.
That looked weird.
Yeah, the water still needs a little work, but I'm okay with them showing it in this state.
That made this look very fake, what they just did, the smashing the ships together.
It's all right. I mean, they're showing the progress, right?
This
real-time plot
mind
simulation. Yeah.
What?
Dynamic blood? Does any game have dynamic blood?
Why even?
That's awesome.
It's so
cool.
cool.
Imagine if you're dropping blood as you like make tracks in the snow or something, and somebody's following your bloody tracks around.
Bounty
that
Hunter
could be
V2.
cool.
Following blood trails.
Yeah, dude, you could be Predator, right?
Somebody in my chat just said this is porn.
It is.
Kind
this
of.
is space nerd porn for sure.
I'm most blown away by
StarEngine TM. They're gonna sell this engine, man. Make some money.
Yeah.
I'm going to start in introducing the new and improved clouds and fog worked on by custom vendor in the R&D team.
They've talked a lot about this.
The first new feature is
in
the
the
light
month report
shafts,
for all
where
year.
volumetric shadows from clouds cast into the atmosphere. They're truly volumetric and 3D.
This game gets me excited
integrated.
about gas.
They're not just
No game
a
gets me
post
excited
effect,
about
as
gas.
It is
This game gets me
usually done
excited
in
about gas,
games.
dude.
With
fair.
this, the atmosphere from
That's
an
fair.
overcast sky gets darker. And this is important for planets and locations with bad weather. Another
ground
component is the new ground fog. It follows the terrain up to a specified elevation for different locations. It is
We don't have
also
this now, do we?
fully integrated
No, I don't think
into
so.
the atmosphere. It receives volumetric shadows from clouds and terrain.
I have one
It
guy in my
reduces the
chat
light scatter into the view ray.
that goes, clouds are not gameplay. And then
And
the fog,
in this
fog
video,
is not gameplay.
We're showing all the features combined together.
Oh, here we go. Cloud improvements. Nice.
In
Ground
addition,
fog.
we made
That
many
looks
improvements
cool.
to cloud shaping
It
to
can
allow for
improve
more
gameplay.
variation and details.
Yeah.
Fog
But it
definitely
is
could
not
be.
in itself.
Unable to
The
see
shape noise
somebody,
blending,
right?
a vertical variation, has
Reduce
been
engagement
improved a lot.
distances.
Yeah.
Increase chaos. That looks incredible, man. That looks really
Yeah.
good.
I'm thinking Star Wars scenes with lasers shooting through fog that you couldn't see, you know?
Yeah. You imagine seeing the explosions above the cloud layer, you know, lighting up the clouds.
Also, we made improvements to shorten long distance
Dang,
read.
that
and
ground
the
fog
tiling
looks so
is
good.
less visible.
Reddit is going to be filled with this stuff.
Of course.
Yeah.
Dude, look how much that ground fog improves the visuals of the terrain. It makes it look real. It kind of like creates the depth to it.
This is going to be a good scene to see for that.
Yeah. Yeah, look at that.
Look at that. You could see the valley. Yeah. Putting a
Incredible.
homestead on top of the hill and looking down at that. We've all seen visuals of that in real life. This is the only thing about clouds that I've struggled with, and now they fixed it.
And
Most of it.
best of all,
That looks
best
amazing.
of all, we're going to include all these new features.
Out. Yes.
Fire hurts now.
The movement. Everything looks so different.
Yeah.
This
working
looks
on
like a
some-
different game.
Picking up that item really quickly, too.
Oh, yeah, look at the
Very-
compass.
Yeah, it's an updated UI.
And you have to point it at the bottom of the fire to put it out. Look at how it reacts. That is incredible.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to cut it, buddy. Save the Pico.
Oh, no. Oh, it magically came back to life.
Here you can see our accurate water lighting from this
That's
really beautiful
cool.
screenshot of the Gladius over the water. I love this one.
Yeah, that's
So
a
this
very
is
cool
the objects
screenshot.
under the water are being
You can
correctly
see
lit,
the
which is
surface
new.
under the water.
And then we
Yeah.
are applying the lighting changes from the specular highlights on the surface and also considering the lighting from the suspended particles in the water, depending on how deep and dense the water is. which
Submarine's
gives us this
going
really
on
beautiful
sale in
effect.
5, 4.
This screenshot just looks good, but what is going on is that it's demonstrating that the atmosphere and the water are sorting properly. This looks like everything is normal, but it's challenging to implement with forward-rendered water and proper ray march clouds like we have in-game. Props to Alan, who works on all of this. I did the next bit. And here we can see the wavecraft light scattering. See how the sun is
looks
coming across the back
great,
of those
dude.
waves? It's lighting up the suspended particles in them. It just looks gorgeous. Here we have the multi-layered foam
bubbles.
and from a distance we have
Foam
both
tech.
surface foam
I
and
mean,
subsurface foam rendering correctly.
this part of that
Looking
demo was
really, really nice. I've just got a video here before and after.
mind-blowing.
First of all, this
Ooh,
is
let's see the
our
before and
lakes
after.
on Stanton 4.
Okay.
Next we have water volumes on Orison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you
I
go.
mean,
And this last demo, this is a Clio on the Stanton system. This is what it currently looks like in game, and I think you'll agree, pretty dramatic difference.
Yeah.
yeah, that looks like when
So
I.
we're going to fire some bullets. This is a bit loud, this
Oh,
one.
man.
Oh, we
Okay,
missed
that's
it.
That's all right. Be
Let that play.
a
This is the debug
line.
mode. Essentially, we're moving a sphere of basically infinite mass through the
yeah,
water.
yeah, yeah.
And as you see, if we pan out a bit, we make
Condensation
our
tech
sphere a bit bigger,
upgrading.
we get a much different result from the sim. Spawning the
Dang,
foam
that looks
properly.
good.
That's
It looks really
impressive.
nice. Really happy with this one.
Great job. He really deserves some love for that.
So what I'm going to do in a second
Doing
is
this
I'm
on
going
a
to turn
planet
on the
scale is
debug
what's
mode so you
so
can see where the
crazy.
regions are. You
Look at
see
all the
we've got these grey
Destructibles
boxes. They light up green when there is
showing
a
up green.
hit inside the box. We've also got different sizes going on. If you look near the shore there, there's a cluster of
I want a
text.
ship to be able to hit the ocean now, create a tidal wave that then destroys something on the coast.
And as you see, these scale properly. We can add the results from multiple sizes of simulation together, and they influence and interact with one another accurately.
That's really good. The fact that they got that on GPU now is fantastic.
Yeah, it works pretty nicely. Yeah. I've gone ahead of my subtitles, but I'll just let that video play out. So, what does that look like when we bring it all together? What's it going to look like in game? Now, you did see a little bit of this in the StarEngine trailer, but actually, I think this video does a little bit more justice to it. So I'm just going to let that play out for you.
God, that is cool, man.
Whoever's flying is awesome as well.
Yeah.
Forward in a second, you're going to see the wake start to happen behind us there.
Oh my God, at distance.
And from the cockpit perspective,
that's going to look
water
so
droplets
beautiful
on the glass.
When you see that?
Thrown up from the water sim. This is what I'm talking about using multi-output.
New HUD on the Gladius, guys, as well.
Oh, good eye, Mike. Looks beautiful.
Yeah.
And that's us. Thank you so much, Sitcon. Handing back over to Ali.
Bro.
Recently, and it allows us to use a GPU particle simulation, which we project onto the face, and then we integrate it into the skin shader so we can get realistic reflection and refraction of water on your face. And we even make the skin go a little bit redder to simulate the extra blood flow when you're
I feel like it's for Squadron. This is not really for PU for us. This really feels like Squadron focused.
This is going to become memes.
So none of this is a pre-canned animation. It's completely dynamic. We have complete control over everything.
Anything.
We can keyframe every single tier if we want to. And we can even simulate blood right here.
Wow. Nasty.
It's just going to be great for a cutscene.
Okay. We've worked on a new scope shader, which is now going to be on all of our scopes moving forwards.
Interesting.
And I'll give you a quick show of what that looks like in game.
We need this so bad.
So on the first scope here, we're going to see it's got a infinite projected red dot scope sight. We've got lens distortions. You can see the sort of refraction and bending of light on it.
Yeah.
I see it works when you don't have to be actually holding the rifle for it to work.
Impressive.
Very.
We've got a correct emulation of eye relief on the scope.
That's cool.
So we have the blur, distortion.
Most games don't have this level of sim in the shooter world.
And then we've also got support for digital displays like this one, which has light amplification and has support for EMPs. You know, if you get an EMP, you're going to have the display's going to get distorted.
If you get EMP,
so
the
we're quite proud of
display is
this. I think it's going to be a much better, more realistic simulation of the scopes in the game. And I think
I love games that do that.
We've got a video of Vulkan running.
This was the thing they jumped to
live capture.
by accident.
So,
okay.
Which ship is this? But it's yeah, it's all working fine now. There's a couple of hitches in performance, so we can't quite release it yet. But we're looking into them.
Looks like it.
The last few performance issues and stability issues, and hopefully we'll be releasing it soon.
Yeah, Reclaimer.
So, like I said, the one thing, or one of the things we really were interested in by implementing Vulkan was to get support for new hardware features, and one of the big ones was ray tracing. So with that, I want to hand you over to Ben, who's going to talk about some of our lighting research.
This is what punches Star Citizen to the next level.
Better dark scenes is maybe what I'm getting here. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. This is big. This is, I don't know if you played the latest Cyberpunk with all the visual stuff turned up, but it's a big difference.
Yeah.
Like, you might not see it when watching it side by side, but when you're playing, you're just kind of like, whoa.
I'm seeing it.
It's sort of one of those, the devil is in the details.
Yeah.
Where all of a sudden you realize, like, the nuance of how lighting works is really what sells the scene, and you just don't feel it until you're in the environment. And you're like, oh man, wow, it just feels real.
Yeah.
That looks great.
Felt like a movie.
Yeah, there's your dark, there's the darkers.
Yep, and the little lights on the side, on the right side look really...
Man, that looks good.
Yeah.
Someone in my chat says, ray tracing's a fad. It is not, sir. It is the future.
Yeah. Sometimes fads turn into the future.
Yeah. It's been the heart and soul of 3D render tech for like the last 15 plus years at least. Like, it's coming to games.
I
So
wish
this
the
is
HUD
the
was
old
there.
system. The sun's working, but you can see there's no sky, there's no ground lighting. By the way, I've turned off a lot of the cockpit lights so that you can see this. And then in the new one, you can already see the skylight is kind of helping a little.
Oof.
But then as you turn over, you get all the
Gorgeous.
ground lighting.
Of course. You have to
So
do
this
it in
is
that.
just regular player movement. That was actually me playing. You can see the cloth collides with the ground.
Looks like it needs a little tweaking.
You can see multiple layers of cloth that do not interpenetrate.
Wind.
Cloth gets influenced from wind
You can do the
and has accurate
Marilyn
collisions with the
Monroe
player's
scene,
body.
where you stand over the vent now, finally. In your hospital gown.
In your hospital gown.
Yeah.
This is the kind of thing I've never cared about in games. Like, I remember when they started showing this in, like, sports games, like hockey games and basketball games, and I was just like, I don't care too
We
much.
now have support for collisions from
It's
dynamic
cool.
objects.
I think you'll appreciate it at bases maybe more than on people. So
Yeah.
like bases that have like tarps and things like that blowing realistically.
Perhaps,
You
yeah.
can play
or if you want to
football
find a
in
soccer
any
ball.
outfit.
You want to hide
This
one
is a
somewhere.
very weird demo. Let's just show what a soccer ball under this dude's hospital gown looks like. This is definitely an engineer tech demo where they're like,
Yeah.
I don't know, just put a soccer ball
StarCloth
under
supports
his
the full range of motion a human
That's starting
can
to look
make,
better,
from fast
more
movement
realistic.
to extreme poses.
thing. Yeah, that looks oddly, that looks uncanny, you know?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Is there going to be a Tai Chi skill set in the game or something?
Perhaps.
StarCloth is designed
Yeah, here
to
we go.
use
Gary
a,
Oldman?
Yeah.
a rendering with a high fidelity cloth disabled.
Okay.
Looks good. Looks fine. Now,
And here the same scene with it enabled.
this is why it's better.
I mean, it does look better.
It does,
It
but
looks
it's
better.
also very subtle and is like,
You know what, though? We're at the point with game graphics that
gotta do this.
everything is subtle.
The forward looks really good. Cell phone neck.
So this is a test of various head movements to see how the hair reacts. Hair simulation is one of the hardest things to simulate, especially in a real-time context, and very tricky to get right.
Wow.
Oh, Mike,
That's
We're
impressive.
actually
can brush your hair
simulating
back in
all
game
the hair
now.
strands.
I
Just
can
like
just
in real
reach
life.
up to your head and go, hang on, Mike. Let me just put your hair behind your ear for you.
All my hair.
We can have romantic
So,
scenes in game.
We will have characters being able to run
That's
their
what the
hands
pasta
through
tech's
their
for.
hair and have the hair react.
We get
This
one
looks
realistic
really cool,
side.
but you know that somebody's hair is just going to get like
barber
stuck in
simulation
something
next.
and then it's going to like stretch and they won't be able to go. It does look very good though.
Yeah, it's really impressive.
Actually,
The cutscenes
Being
in
a
game, the
bald
characters'
man, this
hair is
was-
just going to be in their eyes the whole time.
very touching moment for me when I made this
They're
video.
going to look like the girl from The Ring.
Oh my god, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
That should be a hairstyle coming up is Ring Girl. Just like, can you be Ring Girl?
Halloween costume.
Yeah.
Leaks.
Dude. Oh my god, can you imagine bombing a place now? Explosives are going to be amazing. Okay, okay. Okay, if you can do this to a forest, I will be very impressed.
What I more want to know is how does this affect ships in the future? That's what I thought Maelstrom really...
Nice.
explosion.
Oh, look, it hit
the
the
water.
water.
See the water splashes?
I didn't think they were going to be able to do this in an engine of this.
That. And this is them slamming into each other, I think, again. Or maybe slamming into these locations.
Come on, man.
That's sick.
There's the freaking Pico again.
The Pico again, dude. Unharmed, as always. All right. Yeah, from an FPS standpoint.
No, this is great. This does make shooters much more interesting when you don't feel like you're in a static environment.
Yeah.
Control. Blowing up the cover somebody's hiding behind is awesome. You have a rocket launcher, all of a sudden you don't have to hit the guy with it, you can blow up his cover.
Notice the ragdolls. We're not getting these stupid animations when players die.
Yeah.
That might be an
those
update.
Animations are...
More or less what I wanted to talk about Maelstrom, but I don't want to leave without showing one more video of what carnage Maelstrom can create.
Bring it. A bomb? That's a Gladius.
Is that an ion? Is that?
Something's coming above it. Oh, that was a much better collision than we saw in that initial demo. That was way more realistic looking. The last little piece.
Let's listen to some of our weapon sounds in action.
I mean, it sounds pretty good without the new audio effects, I gotta be honest.
Yeah.
They're a great simulation, but we wanted to take them further and express the sound pressure, the forces being exerted. Our new in-house audio effects, particularly the multiband compressor, tuned by our sound designers, give us this result.
Sounds great. I can't imagine. I wonder what a big firefight's
The
going to sound
compression
like, though.
serves to illustrate the power of the weapons and the effect that they have when going beyond the limits of the listener.
It's more bassy.
Well, you get the reverberation.
Let's show
in the
you the
rest of
same
the
audio
environment.
effects applied to the ship weapons, taking us from this to this.
Ooh.
That sounds
there's like
good.
meat to it.
I like it.
Sounds like a steak.
Yeah, it sounds like it could hurt something, you know?
Yeah.
You got to get that space audio right, Mike.
But it's
True.
not just about
Oh,
feeling
look at the
powerful.
HUD. This is the
Changes
best look
in
at the
audio
HUD.
can create a sense of danger, of being out on your
So
own
much
and under
more
threat. Here's
just
an example
player
of ship
view.
combat.
Unimpeded, but it's tiny.
Ooh, the UI looks good. It looks like you can like press buttons and navigate stuff nicely now.
But a bit hard to
Sounds
read
good.
the smaller UI
But what if we
around
wanted
it,
a
right?
little more realism?
I know, we'll see. Dude, that's awesome. Is that what they want the game to sound like? Like, interesting.
I guess.
The audio propagation tech that we've been rolling out makes it easier to change the soundscape in real time, and a nice use of that technology is to provide a more realistic option.
Is the game gonna go for that route? I wasn't sure.
Here, your own weapons resonate through the hull of the ship. Only what's in the pressurized cockpit is heard clearly, and the
Hybrid
threat level
5's
feels
video
higher
did this.
due to the isolating lack of enemy weapon
Will you
and
be
ship
able to
audio.
choose it, or will some ships have simulated sound that you can hear the like weapon fire of your enemy ship or something?
Making these
Sounds
changes
great.
creates space in the audio, both spectrally and temporally, making impacts seem bigger, more damaging, more of a problem for the player. This realistic mode isn't limited to the flight experience, it's applied appropriately to the game as a whole. Here's an FPS battle in a depressurized area.
Oh,
Oh my god,
That's
old Star
cool,
Marine.
man.
Yep. I remember hearing this in Star Marine way back.
very interesting.
With realistic mode, we get that sense of isolation again, giving the
There you go,
location a different
space
colour
nerds. There's
and
no
adding
sound in
variety to
space.
the audio
You
experience.
get what you want.
I can hear yourself yelping and stuff.
It's just
Player
breathing
breathing
the whole
and foley
time.
are exaggerated, and other sounds are transmitted through physical contact.
That is
Also,
it.
we're on Ruin Station, by the way.
Yeah, depressurized area of ruined station. Super cool. This looks like a really good FPS environment.
Yeah.
That's all from us for now. We look forward to getting these new audio features into your hands.
I'm very curious to see if they're going to go with the realistic sound for the space fighter stuff, you know? Like, are you just going to hear the vibrations from your ship, or is it going to simulate the audio?
Yeah. I mean, you all know our game has bugs. It's still alpha, and sometimes things can happen.
Yes.
So let's see what's happening when I kill my server here.
Hopefully no
He's going to
bugs.
kill the server. He's going to kill the server.
This is my server, the actual console. So let's just shut it down.
Okay, Benoit stops
And
moving.
Yes, this is where you would usually see a 30K or something.
It's
you
what
can
a
see
30K
Benoit
looks
kind
like.
of froze there for
Yeah.
a
You
bit.
go, oh, 30K.
And the buggy does a bit weird stuff. I can shoot those pingus, but the world is really in a frozen state right now.
Okay.
But I didn't disconnect because I'm connected to the replication layer and not to the server anymore. In the meantime, I'm just starting a new server.
What if the replication layer crashes?
Should come back online in a second.
It won't, Mike. There's a replication layer for the replication layer.
And as you can see, now that the server came
Wow.
back, it restored the state.
Okay. Okay. Crash recovery, baby.
I mean, that is
It
big.
restored the state, and the
That's
simulation
huge.
just
Yeah.
continues to work as before.
Plus, if they have those
this
backup
will be-
servers just
again,
waiting,
this is very
so
early tech.
instead of it pausing,
But
right?
this is
Yes, that's
a
what we
great
need.
benefit of what we have with our replication layer split. I no longer have one server connected. I have 3 servers connected to this replication layer. So what you guys see
Okay.
here, this is the very first version of a working server mesh.
Okay.
But how are they connected?
All right.
So you can see
And
the
now,
other servers. Yeah,
as
yeah.
I
Benoit, go
transition
run over
between
there
those zones,
and move. Can you still
You
see
will
them?
Oh,
see
he
that
transitioned.
on that green server, I just lost authority, and on that purple server, I just gained authority. And because
you can hear
my
him
entity
using the
was, my
Pico
player
in
was
the other
replicated
server.
on both servers,
Yeah.
this completely works seamless. And again, let's do that a
You can
couple
see
of
the other
times.
guy
You
in the
see
other
on my
server.
client here, I don't notice
How do they do
anything
that?
yet. This all happens behind the scene.
How though? Who cares?
And this
Somebody in chat goes, how?
doesn't
Who cares?
work
If
only
it works,
on me.
who
Let's
cares?
turn on the zone colors.
Oh, nice. That's
and
awesome.
the object, the authority assignment on the client as well. You can see that
This is-
even entities,
nobody's
as
done
they
this
transition into the other
before.
zone, seamlessly transition to that
Yeah,
zone.
not this seamless.
Not at this fidelity, man. What the heck?
And not only that, I can also interact with entities that are on the other side. So if I go on the green zone, for example, and I shoot this, I can still shoot that purple
What the fuck?
entity.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, the bullets
And I can also
transitioning
just
between
go
the
ahead
servers,
and
dude.
destroy that buggy which sits on that other zone.
That's so crazy.
There you go. Always fun to blow stuff up, right?
They did what they said they would do. Now the only question
How?
will be, can
Alright,
they scale it? And that's it.
Yeah.
So they
Making me
big shout out
emotional.
to
What the
Chris
fuck?
to let us doing this.
I mean, this is history for gaming. This isn't just Star Citizen. This is
Yeah.
applicable to any game that
It's been
performs at scale.
a really long journey to get to this point. And I've got to say, the team has done an amazing job.
Chris
They've
is
been working
too.
diligently for the last
When
4
other
or
people
This is
cry,
five
I
sweet,
cry.
man.
years.
Sorry.
We've had a couple of false starts. We finally have an incredible, I mean, the way the
for
replication
them.
layer works and how we can spin up servers and down and keep the state constant, even if a server goes down,
Is that why they call you
I think,
Salty?
a genius
The
design.
tears?
Because they don't know
Um,
me.
The first time I saw this, about 3 weeks ago, working fully, I cried.
Yeah.
It's like giving birth.
We did it! Yeah.
And we wouldn't have been able to do this and work on this kind of tech without all your support.
That's right. 100%.
Now, you guys
and your trust.
allowing us to take the time to do it right.
This isn't bullshit.
To really
You know
build
how
it.
real this
so
is,
thank
you know?
Thank you, guys.
so much
This is why I like
to
Chris.
everyone, and thank you everyone at CIG that's really worked hard to deliver all this amazing stuff that will be either in your hands now or in your hands very soon. And this is just the beginning of Citizencon. We got a lot more stuff to show you.
Yeah. That's what we need for this MMO,
Wow.
guys. That's what we need.
What an
Listen to
opening to
Benoit.
the show, dude.
Great demo, by the way. Good.
Wow.
That was great. Come on, give me a
You guys should be so proud. Holy shit.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Tune,
Every
maintain,
task
manage.
requires their own skills and their own tool sets. There is tuning. Here you are responsible for preparing your ship. Your journey did not start yet, so you adjust your ship items based on your goals for the travels. Exchange sub-items, adjust the default settings of your power plant, basically operations that require you to turn off the items or even remove them from their sockets. The next activity is maintaining, and this is all about damage control and keeping the items in pristine or pristine enough state.
Okay.
You are the mechanic that makes sure that everything is and stays operable. Maybe even go further in the sense of caring for the items. And what caring means is here reducing the wear and tear rate by regularly removing dust or oiling the items, just as some quick examples.
The items have
So
to matter
let's actually
more.
show you some of the maintenance you can
gotta
already
oil
do
items
and
in this game,
will
man?
be able to do.
Is this what you want, Mike?
Yeah.
Item oiling?
So here we
Item
start
oiling.
with
Oil.
two
oil my
gameplay
quantum
mechanics
drive.
that are already
Daddy.
in the game, so technically nothing new, but the entire engineering loop ties them nicely together.
Okay.
Here you saw me collecting IMC, or still collecting, and now I will take the shield generator of the recently destroyed Gladius to use them as a spare part for myself.
Okay, still nothing new.
That's new.
No,
right?
you can do this now.
So all of this is, of course,
You can do that
optional.
now?
So
Yeah.
you can purchase those items already, and in the future even
I
assemble
didn't
them
think
for
you
yourself.
could take components out of ships in
So
space.
crafting.
Only certain ones.
Okay.
That's why it doesn't
While the
feel
Fury
like it, because
approaches,
it's like literally the Gladius
you might
and like
get
two
the
others.
glimpse of a debug UI. So
Okay.
there's the Fury now coming.
Oh my god, look top left.
I activated
Of
the
the
debug UI
screen.
to show you the
Ooh,
health
yeah, yeah,
state
yeah,
of
yeah,
each
yeah.
item. And
Nobody's
what you
paying attention
should
to
have seen
maintenance right now.
is
They're
that
like,
the shield generator is fully destroyed, and the power plant that I'm about to take out now is in low health.
There's our first mini-map, guys.
Low health means you can still repair it. So which you will be happening now
Oh, it
with
even looks
Guillermo and
damaged.
Pete repairing the power plant after I removed it from the Fury.
More
So it's
beam
making
tech
it
though.
fully functional again.
A repair beam.
I don't mind.
And
what
here
do
you see
want?
the debug UI, the
Like,
health is now
honestly.
fully up again, and that means that it runs
Subcomponents,
at
maybe?
full,
But that'd be it.
full efficiency again. And here you also see that the shield generator is at 0 health, so the destroyed shield generator cannot be repaired because it's destroyed.
So he's gonna throw
So
it
I
out.
have to exchange it with the spare one that I collected
no.
from the Gladius.
That is cool, man. Taking
Yep.
those components off of ships. That'll be so awesome for the sort of survival gameplay and the outlaw systems and
Yeah.
everything, where you're like,
I wish I
So
could
with
pause.
all those repairs being done,
Yeah.
When there's a
the
delay,
Fury is
I'll give some
operatable again,
more
and
context.
it can go its way.
Okay, hopefully this is good. He was at a German con, and this Torsten and Dan Truffen, and said that other ships may have unique components that you can only find on their ships. So, like, finding a really
So
special
getting back to the
drive or
responsibilities,
shield or
a big
whatever.
one is managing
Yeah.
your ship, which
So
includes
think about that
resources,
now.
but also more general
Yep,
aspects.
Yep. It's like getting a
You
legendary
have to manage the
item,
power
basically,
distribution
in an
and come up
traditional
with
MMO.
informed decisions, like reacting to hazards like malfunctions, fire, low energy, but also calling out items that need repair and maintenance.
Also, tractor
You will
beam looked
delegate the
different.
rest of your crew to keep your
Yeah, it
ships
did.
intact, like giving clear priorities of what needs to be done first. Let's take a look at another video here. So this is the first glimpse of the engineering UI in action. It is still being worked on, so it's heavy work in progress. Let's start with looking at the item view.
Wow.
What the fuck?
Wow, dude.
So you can see the full setup of the network with the relays, the green dots connecting to each other, and the relays connecting to the items. Color and shape below the icons should help you identify the different item types, like power plants, weapons, also helping differentiate between consumer, producer,
really cool.
and converters.
It's built
You can
into
tell
the
the current
Minimap
state of the
system,
item.
too.
That
You
means
can
the
tell.
amount of energy it produces,
Feeding
consumes,
from
or
the
has
same
stowed.
system.
The health state it is in, the current wear and tear on the item, and the
somebody
current
has to set
state it
the
runs
Polaris.
in,
This
like
is the whole scene.
charging or being
Or
in an
no,
idle state.
The
You can
C2.
directly interact with these items, turn them on and off, and in the future even switch their states.
Someone in my chat won't stop talking about Polaris.
If you hover over a relay, that I will be
maybe on the
hopefully
ship
doing
panel.
soon. You will also see that the amount of fuses that are still active and because a relay consists of several fuses, basically they're their own set of lives. And here you see all the details. Like you can click on the items to see a 3D render of the power plant here, the quantum drive, sorry. And here's the relay overlay.
Wow.
Here Pete shoots a relay to show the UI updates on the screen. So once this relay got shot at, you will see the update here on the UI
Turns
that
red.
suddenly the entire
cool.
right-hand side of your ship lost power connection.
You can see what doors are opening and closing in the UI as well. If you
And-
didn't see that.
Really?
Yeah.
What you might have not picked up on the screen
Look,
is
look,
that
see it?
actually the power plant here
Dude,
that I'm
this
now
map is
focusing on is
incredible.
on low health. So I'm commanding Simon to repair the power plant to get it fully operational again.
I wonder if he'll get a UI
So
indicator to repair.
something to
a
highlight
specific
here. Take a
point or
closer look
something.
at the doors.
Maybe.
Since we also track the door
Like
states,
targeting.
you see that
Go there.
you can watch movement inside your ships now nicely. So you can track players moving around in your ship and even close doors for them, or like
That's so
compartments
cool.
in this case where
Or lock
Simon
them
just
in
forgot to
rooms.
close the compartment.
Maybe.
Dude, you can be the hacker now, opening doors for people and stuff.
People
Yeah,
are gonna
so Pete
sabotage
destroyed
so
the
hard
relay.
with this.
We
It's
need
gonna
the
be
ship
so
in
funny.
fully functional state. So yeah, I'm running now with a fuse and place it on in the relay, so make the relay
Nice,
work
those
again.
fuses look good now.
What you can also do with the doors is that you can create safe pathways, because you sitting at this engineering screen have more information in regards to your ship than the others. So you open doors to create a path that the players on your ship have to take.
That's cool.
Now to the room view. That is mainly the life support controls plus controlling all doors.
3D
Again, we show the
barotrauma, if you
details
guys
of
have ever
each
played
room,
that.
like the temperature, pressure, atmosphere composition. So everything that is relevant for like you living on a ship. We also show the door states where you can now have precise control over each door in your ship, as you see here. This will also allow you to have more control over which door or compartments to open. So here, again, showing opening the power plant. That also helps very much in already telling players,
When
hey,
is
you
gonna be
should
tough
repair
on
this
this one?
item,
There's a
so
lot
I
of
open that
ships.
door for you, and they directly know which
There's
item
a lot
you
of
mean.
ships.
It also allows us to
This could be
control
one of the further out
the
things.
outside-facing doors
Single
much better.
seaters will probably be easy, but
Yeah.
any
So you can
multi-crew
directly
with
open, if you
interior
just want to
space
open
is
the
gonna be
left
tough.
side ramp or the front side facing ramp or the back facing ramp.
Someone in my chat said rip solo flying large ships. I don't see anything that's preventing that currently too bad.
That is
You know-
so cool, man.
Yeah. I mean, if your quantum drive goes down, having to... to deal with that is problematic, right? But
I wonder if it'll show where your spare parts are located.
true, I don't see anything in the cargo bay, right? And they had stuff in it.
So we did it last year already, but let's make our crew suffocate again. So the moment that you basically pull off their helmets And now me pressing the cycle button, you see that the entire atmosphere in this room is vented.
Room
And,
system,
yeah,
Carmel.
well,
There you go.
the consequence is death.
The consequence is death, and people are clapping.
What we want, Mike, death.
We want lots of death.
We want the most
So
impressive
as you
death
can tell,
simulator ever.
engineering gameplay will bring a lot of changes.
Kill me as many ways
Some
as
of
possible.
those changes are adding batteries to ships that will allow you to get a little bit of extra power for a short amount of time.
Or reserve power,
Allowing you
maybe?
to control items directly, where it's not only their on-off state, but also their resource consumption. And where the biggest change that will come in this update to the resource is basically to the resource consumption and generation.
More lethal in some ways and
They're
more fun
rushing
to
him.
interact with.
Why? For this panel, don't rush this panel.
Also, some of the new malfunctions will include fire, spreading misfires that represent electrical surges going through the ship, or signature burst, which increases your signature and makes you show up on enemy sensors more easily.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
As for how you will counter them, you've seen suffocating people with life support. You will also be able to suffocate the fire with life support, which is probably more useful. You will be repairing them, not necessarily only with a repair beam, but also replacing parts or some bespoke behavior per misfire. And if all else fails, just turn it off and on.
Turning it off and on will fix everything.
Here's a video of the fire in action.
Are they going to simulate like Windows bugs and stuff?
You've seen in other videos of fire. This is a small fire. You can just put it out with a fire extinguisher. Pretty simple. It just works.
We keep missing the beginning of videos.
Here's a bit of a bigger fire.
notice.
It might be that you cannot only put it out on your own.
Oh, it's spreading.
So here we have one crew member that's going to try to put it out with a fire extinguisher.
Oh, it spread a lot.
To mixed results.
That is cool, man. It looks like fire's not easy to put out.
No.
And here we have the option of using the life support system.
So the life support system's the way to go.
Before, and yes, venting the area.
For big ones. You use the extinguisher for little ones.
It would be cool if it showed the fire areas on the map, but...
Yeah, even just like a little emergency or warning symbol, right?
And now you can see that the fire, once we get to that compartment, has been successfully put out.
But the char is still there.
Yeah, I wonder how the repairing of that's going to work.
I think that's the ones you just go to the stations.
Back on stage.
Or maybe
you saw,
repair beam everything and it's
in action,
just
but
magic
let's
or something.
A video of one of our play sessions, which is going to probably show it a bit better.
But they have talked about going to stations.
Yeah.
Always is an option still. Like you don't have to do this
excuse myself already because I was leading this group of players being attacked by the Gladius, and I did a poor job. But more to that in that video. Yeah, Guillermo, we wanted to talk about.
So for this demo, we have modified the damage system slightly to represent impact penetration on a very basic level. So you are going to see that the quantum drive is going to be hit by the Gladius attacking the ship.
How do we know?
So,
are they faking
being
it,
attacked by a Gladius for an A2 isn't
or
like
is this
a
real
big challenge,
simulation?
but in this setup we were not like fully staffed. That means we had our engineers running around and no one being seated in the turrets.
Yeah.
So yeah. Our goal was basically to flee the Gladius, and with the Gladius actually shooting the quantum drive and damaging it.
So they're repairing it
I
while
thought,
it's being
hey, it's a good idea to tell
I think it's
Pete
already been
and
shot.
Simon to repair the quantum drive as a priority. As you can see, I somehow missed that the habitation room caught fire. I tried to, prevent further damage to it, but I failed.
So rip habitation room.
That
were
was
fire
causing a
icons
bit
on the
to
screen,
the
by
panic,
the
so
way.
I even got distracted in this moment. So we managed to have the quantum drive survive, but here I notice, actually the power plant also starts to take damage, and at this moment I'm also telling Pete and Simon to switch their attention to the power plant, because if we lose the power plant, it's also like almost impossible to flee. So
Two
here I
blind
realized, oh
streamers,
my
yes.
god, we are going
Sorry.
down fast. And I think at this point now, yeah, I opened the compartment to make it access faster, but that was already too late, so the power
There's a
plant
lot
died.
of shiny icons on the
And
screen,
yeah,
okay?
so
Leave me
the
alone.
backup is to activate the batteries, which I did here. So Simon and Pete still tried their
I
very
want to see
best
what the icon,
to
the heads-up
fix it,
display
but,
stuff looks like when you give somebody
yeah,
an
didn't
order.
manage to.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if they showed that.
Yeah,
I don't think
the
you have
attack
it.
moved to the forward side, targeting the batteries because the player who was attacking us actually knew the ship layout. And yeah, here I noticed that the second power plant is also got attacked, so have to redirect our mechanics to it. And
Look at all the red
at
lines
this point,
now.
we wanted to flee, and then I realized why doesn't the quantum drive work? And as you saw, that there is a relay that also got destroyed.
I
so,
like this.
Yeah, here you see
being
it very
able
clearly.
to take the quantum drive out without like
with
destroying
a relay
it, but
being
because you screwed up
destroyed
the
at
power
the
relay.
at the quantum
There is
drive
somebody's like-
position, that means that the quantum
Yeah,
drive
then you're
cannot be
Chewie
accessed
with the hydro
from the
spanners,
pilot
and you're
seat.
trying to get the
That
quantum
means
drive
that,
back online,
yeah,
you know?
I also
It means
had
you
to
don't
get
need a
that
mantis
prepared.
to prevent somebody
So it
from
was,
quantum jumping too, you know?
A bit chaotic.
Yeah, if you get a good jump on them and you do some damage, all of a sudden
Everything
they
was
might
also
not be able
happening
to
a bit too
quantum.
fast. Here, trying to save the second power plant because we're already running out of battery life.
What I'm
so,
trying to
yeah,
see
if we would have lost
is we don't see a
the
health
second power
indicator
plant, that would have been
of
our certain death.
this power
And I
plant.
think at the in the next
That's probably coming. That's
part
probably
of
why
the
it says
video,
work in progress, would
Yeah.
be my guess.
yeah, we basically asked someone to fix the
Top left,
relay at the
I
back
guess,
so that we
blind
still be
streamer
able
again.
to jump
I looked
away.
on the multi-tool, I didn't see it.
Yeah, so
Okay.
we at least managed to save one of the power plants.
HUD top left. Okay, I'll take a look next time. They're doing it. Someone in my chat, guys, it's Star Citizen Among Us. Yes, there's Among Us mini games in Star Citizen now.
That's now.
Well, it
I
reminds
think it
me
was
of
Pete running there and
FTL, a
fixing
lot,
the
you know?
fuse. And
That's what a lot of people I've seen
the
said.
next step was the pilot trying to push the
Gravity's
the,
off.
the quantum drive, but it was too late. We died, and
Soft death.
the end of the show.
Or you can click the button. I do want to point out a couple things here on the MFD that's interesting. Maybe I'll zoom in a little bit more to the right side. We see in the power management usage 19%, which is clearly what this bar is as well. Output is a thing, so definitely something with engineering there.
Interesting.
And then
Yeah.
I don't know if you see this here, but there is an Atmo mode that you can click on and off. So I imagine
G-Safe is at the bottom. and
G-Safe's
then
on,
what's
landing gear in the
other
middle,
one? Oh, gear. Okay.
and then atmosphere. So that's a pretty big deal there. And then you have your noise decoys. 100% remaining. I'm not sure what that is in relation to maybe shields or something. But
they are replicating realistic fighter UI in that it's all the same color.
yeah.
But real fighters generally use green, I think.
Oh,
which
this is
is,
Afterburner.
Okay.
Yep.
I wouldn't mind them using more colors and stuff because a lot of video game UI will do that where it's like your health is getting low or your shield's getting low. The colors of things change and it helps you read stuff at a glance. Whereas if they keep everything this kind of blue color or the same monotone color for different UIs, it'll be hard reading things at a glance. Like if you're in a firefight, you need to know when your shields are down.
Yep.
What's an easy way to tell you that? Okay, have it turn red, have it start flashing, have something happen where even if you're trying to keep on target with somebody in a firefight, you will see it in your peripheral vision that your health is low. I don't want to have to take my eyes off of what I'm doing to know if I'm about to die, you know?
Yeah.
So
Somebody's
that's
telling me to
important stuff.
change the left panel to shields. I can't click this. It's not in the game, sir. I'm sorry. Okay. This isn't real. It's just an image. I don't know. I can't help you. I don't know. Everything else on the left side, though, is all basic stuff. So like coupled DSP. I'm not sure what this is. Maybe a lock, like a missile lock. And then you have SCM, QCM. Not sure what this is in the middle. Maybe some people can... Oh, speed limiter. And then you have velocity meters per second. Very tiny right there. And your current
That
speed.
is really tiny, really
Yeah.
tiny. Maybe that'll be some of the manual. Maybe that'll be some of the manual stuff. Because again, what happens with talking about the way real jet fighters will do it? You'll have your
Yeah.
You'll have your visor heads-up display with what tracks with you when you move your head around.
Yep, and when they may not be showing that to us.
Yeah, so we might not be seeing that yet. And then you have your manual readout stuff.
Oh, my wife is taking my wallet from me as we speak. Little did you know, my credit card is stored on the RSI website.
This is the Spirit trailer, guys. We've seen this one already. Buy the Spirit because it'll blow up pirate swarms on the side of a planet.
Whenever someone is in need of hope,
did you do a salty react to this trailer?
Yeah, I don't think I posted it though.
It was too bad. I watched this and I just thought about what you would say. I was like, oh, Mike's not gonna like this.
I was just, where's the game? Like, what's the point of all this? You know, that's really all it is.
And it's like, yeah, it looks cool. If this was a thing you could do, that would be great.
Expectations are this. Reality is some guy nose pointed down shooting aimlessly at everybody. You
Crusader
know?
Industries.
That's the Star Citizen experience.
You're bombing the bunker. It's just,
Yeah.
Talking ship. Dun, dun, dun.
John Krubin, Curtis Markison. Okay.
All right, some all-stars.
Yeah, and Elwin. So it's worldwide ship stuff,
Hi,
not
everyone.
just UK or not just US.
Everyone, a good morning. Looking
Here we
at
go,
cool
chat.
Stuff.
Oh, he might need to be
Great.
bumped up. And
My name's John Crew. I'm the vehicle director here at Cloud Imperium Games.
And my name is Ben Curtis. I am the vehicle art director.
Give me a thumbs up on volume,
So
guys.
we're
I can
going to
boost them.
spend the next 45 minutes talking ship. We're going to show you some cool stuff that you've hopefully seen, some cool stuff that you're not
It's
supposed
good?
to have seen, but you
On
probably
your
already
end level?
have, and some cool stuff, again, you're not
I
supposed to
think
have
so.
seen, but
Yeah,
what you've
it's
seen
hard
is
for me to
wrong.
monitor,
So
to be
hopefully
honest.
we can clear that up for you all. Right, so that was the A1 Spirit trailer. Pretty cool video. But we're now
give
going
a
to
tiny
do a bit
boost.
of a slightly deeper dive into the actual art and visuals of
All
the
right,
ship.
chat, get your money out. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Start melting.
Ooh, racing music. We know about the
It's a
audio
nice
music.
looking ship.
As we move into the heart of the ship, this area is kind of like really dominated by those 10 sci-fi bombs.
People know they've seen my video, okay?
Everybody has
And then
seen these.
We go straight into engineering where you find the rest of the ship components that it needs.
I felt like it was very basic.
Up
the
front,
interior.
we've got a completely fully featured
I liked it
habitation area,
because
suit lockers,
it's
weapon
functional.
lockers,
It's
hot
clean and
beds,
functional, and that means a lot
everything
for gameplay.
you're going to need.
Fair enough.
And then
Don't
right at the
MSR
cockpit,
me,
we have a
right?
two-pilot cockpit,
Yeah.
and I think the Crusader engineers have done a fantastic
MSR'd
job
us
of
with the one
putting
entrance.
everything that the pilot needs right at their fingertips.
I didn't like
so
that.
you're in
This
the
is
heat of
small,
battle, you
okay?
kind of
At
might
least
just
it's
eke out that
small.
advantage.
Yeah.
Exterior-wise, it's classic Crusader. We've got
I do
our
like all the
recessed
folding
weapons.
compartments. They're pretty dope
We've
looking.
got
I
our
didn't know the guns did that.
rear-mounted remote turret.
Yeah, the front missile bay is open too.
And then
It's
underneath
pretty
is
cool.
all business. We've got the missile racks.
I
and
like
we've got
that a lot.
The big bomb bays.
Looks mean.
Woo, Bombays.
And I think overall, Crusader have done it
Everybody
again. They've done a amazing job of packaging
Drop
something
World
that's
War
like
II
super
era
feature rich
munitions
and something
on targets.
stylish, sleek, looks
With
fast,
less accuracy,
but
I might add.
still super
Yeah.
aggressive.
So apparently the guns go in and out when you power them on and off. That's really
And
cool.
then here is one
that is
last
neat.
look. Oh, or not? Okay, that was one last look of the interior.
Oh, look at this cutaway. They need to do this
That's
more
cool.
often. Yeah.
So we had a
Yeah.
really cool cutaway that you half saw. I'm sure we can
How
show
are they
you
doing
that
that?
again
That's
later.
dope. That's neat tech.
If you... The RSI Zeus.
Ooh,
So,
I see it. I
in
see it, Mike. Do you see it there?
2130,
I see it.
In 2130, RSI made some major kind of advancements in quantum technology. They developed, or they released, the first ship that was kind of available to the mass market that had quantum capability. This kind of mid-range explorer really put RSI at the kind of forefront
Someone
of
says
ship
Zeus
development.
is in store now.
Now, it was a really good thing. It really kind of boosted
look.
them as a company, but it wasn't kind of all good. The original RSI Zeus had some major issues
Fucking
with its
website's
whole
going down.
integrity. That being
Classic.
said, there's always kind of been this demand
Classic.
for RSI to release the Zeus. It's kind
I
of
want
had
the
this
original
cult
Zeus,
following
man.
that's
That's
grown
what
up
I
over
want.
the years. I'm kind of very happy to announce today that RSI have kind of taken that challenge on board. They've developed a whole new vehicle that is designed to ferry a whole new generation of travelers across our universe. Visually, is something that pays homage back to the original Zeus and something that's really is justified to have that name. And I'm even happier to say it exceeds all current safety standards and all our current ship production techniques.
Fair enough.
So,
What does that mean in
do you
Star
wanna have a look
Citizen?
I don't
at the
know.
all-new RSI Zeus Mk II?
Does Drake meet the safety standards?
Okay then.
Oh,
Here it is.
Oh, wow.
It's sexy. I like it.
So, we are going to hand over to Elwin and Mark to go through this. And
Okay.
you can see there's 3 of them there. So we're going to do a bit of a deeper dive onto these 3 ships now. So, over to Mark and Elwin.
Dude, remake the
I'll give them a welcome. Come on, let's go.
Connie after seeing this.
Yeah, the Connie needs some
Hi
love,
everyone,
for
my name is
sure.
Mark Gibson. I'm the lead vehicle content designer at Cloud Imperium Games.
I literally can't get to the pledge store to tell you how much it is, guys. I'm sorry.
Someone
Does anybody
says
know?
190 in chat.
190?
And
Okay.
I'm Owen Batchelor, Vehicle Art Director in North America. What do you guys think? Awesome.
135
All right, well,
War Bond? Okay.
Let's take some time now and take a look at this classic RSI design and see how we've reimagined it.
So,
Still in
when we
concept,
decided we
apparently.
wanted to tackle the Zeus, we had to consider what direction RSI would take it in if they were going to do it today. We couldn't
There's an
just remake
exploration,
the original
interdiction,
Zeus because
and
although
medium
it was
freight.
obviously a
Blues
massive piece
freight,
of history, all it
black
was really
interdiction.
used was transporting and moving around.
Okay,
So
interesting
we had
combination.
to consider exactly what we wanted to do with the ship. In the end, we decided to go for 3 variants, allowing you to pick which way you want to actually play the
I
game.
guess I should just let him say
So what
it.
we're going to do is talk about those variants that we
Sorry.
decided on in the end,
It's all good, man.
and go into a bit more detail with them. First of all, we have the ES. The ES is the essential. It's the long-range exploration version of the Zeus. It's designed to let you go out for a long time and explore the universe.
Hey man, that's mostly what I do in this
Next
game.
up,
Don't
we
knock
have the Mark.
exploration.
The Mark is the bounty hunter version. This is there for you so you can actually go out, find your targets, and bring them back.
Oh, it's like
It's also
Aurora
been
naming, which is cool.
purposely outfitted so that you have all the tools that you need to disable,
EMP.
capture, and bring them home. Finally, the last version we're going to talk about is the CL, the Clipper. Might be a name people are familiar with if they know much about maritime. This is the cargo version of the Zeus Mk II. This is designed so that you can move your goods around the universe.
Very different looking tractor beam
Of
if
the
you
3
saw that.
variants, the Zeus Essential is the one that
I didn't see
harkens
it,
back
no.
the most
It's like
to the
really
original
weird on
design,
the back.
with the original white on black paint job and the vertical stabilizers. We also worked to maintain the silhouette of the original, but brought that forward to modern day RSI design.
It's beautiful.
With tons of technical
It's good
detail
looking, man.
and
I like
layered
RSI.
panels. And on
I
the
like it now.
underside, the landing gear and the underslung turret,
I really like
as well
this.
as the entrance ladder, fold in perfectly flush, leaving behind a super smooth underbelly, just like the original
It
design.
looks like it'll be fun to
Well,
fly in Atmo too.
Probably all want to see what the inside looks like, so let's have a closer look.
Ooh.
Despite the sleek
Triple
and
seat
slim body of
cockpit,
the
that
Zeus,
looks
we've been
very
able
cool.
to pack a lot into it
Med
to give
bay.
everything you need when you're doing
for
the
one?
deep space
No.
exploration. You have a fairly comfortable habitation recreation
cargo
area,
size.
so that when you're out away from home, it's not too unpleasant. In addition to that, the rear room has a 32
Is that an
SU
airlock
cargo
on the
capacity,
side? Look at
as
that.
well as being able to fit a cyclone. So
Airlock,
if you do decide to land
elevator,
on our planet,
or
you can have a
ladder.
look around.
And back entrance.
Talking
3
about the
entrances.
loadout, it's a ship
Wow.
designed for 3 crew. It comes with 4 size 2 shield generators, 2 size 2 power
size
plants,
2.
2 size 2 coolers, and 2 size 4 pilot-controlled weapons.
This thing's gonna
And
be a
obviously the lower
monster.
turret that Elva
Whole-
mentioned earlier is a
that's
size 3 remote turret.
Post engineering, everything's
Now, the
changing with
Zeus
that.
Mark was always designed
So
from the
what
beginning
you
to
know
be a
now is
sleek
gonna be different,
and
so don't freak
aggressive
out.
bounty hunter. As such, the black paint will help you stay hidden in the shadows.
That's
until you're ready
post-engineering.
to
They said
strike.
everything was going to change.
We've
Don't freak
also
out about your
redesigned the
current
spine
ships.
in order to embed an EMP and a quantum dampener, which allows us on the art side to really
EMP
crank up the
and
level of
quantum
detail on the
dampener.
exterior. We've also added a second remote turret on the top.
Looking at the interior of the Mark, you see that the habitation's taken a little bit of a
Rest in
hit.
peace,
But move
RSI
forward,
Mantis.
But what we've been able to add in exchange for that is a massive armory.
Literally
Lets you take all the
cannibalizing their
different
own
weapons
ship.
and equipment you might need while you're tracking your target along the verse. Looking into the rear, we actually have a dedicated area just for the actual bounty hunter pods,
Yeah.
similar to what you'll see in the Cutlass Blue. So you can stack up the
So
pods.
those
and
pods
take
are
multiple
laying
people back
down
with you.
now. So does that mean
It
the
has
Blue is
less
going to redo
SU
their pods
than the ES.
eventually?
It only has 16 SU.
Possibly.
And it does have a different loadout with the components, only having 3 size 2 shield generators. Like
Only
I said, it does have a
3.
top-mounted
Only 3
forward-facing
size 2
turret
on this
so that you
one.
can put the pressure on the target as you're chasing them. The EMP and QD drive are designed to stop the target escaping once you've caught up with them.
This looks like a really fun ship. It's hard to not
Now,
see
because
it.
the Zeus Clipper focuses on hauling cargo, we've decided to lean into the industrial aesthetic.
I don't see any
We've covered the
turrets.
exterior with a warning strip
Good
paint
point.
job. And we've covered the exterior with more technical detail and armor plating.
One
In
seat at the
addition to
front.
that, it comes with a remote tractor beam, which is mounted on the rear to the side of the ramp to make it easier to haul
Chat saying
cargo in
under
and out of the cargo
turret.
hold.
Oh,
We've
interesting.
also added
sense.
thrust capacity to the base.
Kind of
of
like that.
Yeah.
As you can see, there is an absolutely massive rear to it compared to the others. The habitation areas have been massively pushed so that you don't get much space, but we can get way more cargo in. It actually has 4 times the cargo capacity of the S, coming in at 128 SUs of cargo.
Wow.
This one also features 3 size 2 shield generators, and like Al mentioned, it has a
Connie's
size
what,
3 tractor
64?
beam to make it much easier to get those cargo containers in and out as you actually play.
Why is anyone going to use
What do you
any
think?
other ship?
What's
This thing
Freelancer
looks-
Max? Connie's 96.
I don't know what. I thought Max was like 64 or something.
So
120 for the Freelancer
last
Max.
year,
Yeah.
we introduced
Okay.
the Spirit.
Okay.
And anyone that may be playing on their live
Interesting.
live the last couple of days might have seen a new ship added to the verse, the A1. We hope to follow a similar route with the Zeus, where we announce it today, and then in about a year's time, ready to reveal to the public.
Wow,
to
a
actually play
year.
with.
Okay.
But this isn't just a concept. We're not just going to show you some
At
images.
least they're honest about
the Zeus
that.
is actually in active
You know-
white box development right now.
You gotta wait.
Do you just want to have a look?
Okay. You get to
Shall
see
we?
it.
They did the same thing with the A1 with some
Okay.
white box too at last year's Citizencon, I believe.
That was a fast turnaround. I wasn't expecting to get it that quick.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Alright,
looking, man.
So as you guys have seen with the Spirit and with the many ships we've released thus far, our ships can, when they're finished, look absolutely gorgeous. But before any of them get to that point, they have to go through a very specific development process. And this is the first stage in that process.
I'm still
We
obsessed
call
with
this
the
white
landing
box.
area.
At this point, we've taken
It's
the
cool
concept,
looking, man.
ripped it
A
to shreds,
subterranean, you
and then
wouldn't see it from the
reassembled it
side,
and
you know?
plugged it all back together
Oh, there's
within
a
the
whole
editor
base
so
there.
that
I
we can
didn't
get a
see it.
real good look at what players are going to see when they finally get this game.
Kind of Moss Eisley
At
vibes.
this stage,
Oh, yeah.
with the
bit.
Zeus, we've already ripped out all the thrusters, we've ripped out the landing gear, the turret, the seats, the beds, all of the interior spaces, plugged those guys back in, and we have what you see here.
It's mean looking, man. I like it.
Do you see the dead bodies on the right?
No.
So again, the beginning of the process. At this
Random
point, we're
bodies.
able to jump in,
There's a
start
T-pose
throwing in
guy over
cargo,
there.
interacting with doors,
Why that size cargo?
getting in and out of beds, maybe in and out of toilets,
Those were like
It's just
and
Just
just getting
an
an
example, I
overall
think.
sense of what
Yeah.
it feels like to interact with the vehicle. And it is very common that in this stage, we will make some adjustments from the original plan. As an example, on this ship, we've just made the decision to expand the center corridor, add a little bit more space to the rooms. And as a result, that's going to make it much smoother experience for players to traverse the interior of the ship, as well as for AI to traverse the interior of the ship. We've also expanded the main airlock that leads to the enter-exit ladder.
AI to traverse.
And up
okay.
here in the cockpit,
Sounds
we've
good to me.
separated the co-pilot seats a
interesting.
tad bit just to allow players to get
three
in
seats,
and out
okay.
a little easier.
I like that.
So with
That is
White
cool,
Box,
man. Two
not the prettiest
co-pilots.
stage in the process, but it is
That's why,
essential
like,
that
maybe
we nail
turrets
this.
do play a factor,
because it
but we
means we'll
couldn't
be
see
able
them.
to deliver a beautiful
Yeah.
ship that is also extremely
Ooh,
fun
what
to
else
are
play.
they
are
going
they
to
do?
pop out of those top hatches? That would be cool. Pop out turrets?
That would be nice.
They might have shown that if that's what they did, though.
Yeah, we might have just missed it.
So that was the RSI Zeus in the 3 variants.
Very
Obviously,
cool.
as the screen says behind me, it's available now on the Star Citizen website. You all follow that URL or the QR code behind me.
Buddy, the site's down. Good luck.
Yeah.
Now, we've just talked
not
about
coming
the
out
ship
for a
with
year, guys.
the
You can hold
longest
off.
legacy in the
Yeah.
universe. It was the first ship with the quantum travel. Let's change pace a little bit and talk about a much newer ship.
A much newer ship.
We're going to talk about the Cutter.
Okay, yeah, we know about this.
Good little ship.
We don't know anything about scanning.
Obviously, last year at IE, we unveiled
These guys
the Cutter,
don't talk about
and
gameplay
you guys
level.
seem to love it. Some interesting information about it.
I don't
It was
expect to
actually
hear
the
any.
single most popular straight-to-flight ready ship we've ever released. You guys really, really liked it.
I like the
In
Cutter
addition
a
to
lot.
that, it's
but
actually the best-selling
If you're
Drake
going to give me a
ship to
scanning
date.
version, give me
But
That's the best-selling
what
Drake
people
ship to
didn't know,
date.
and we kept a
More
very
than the
good
colors?
guarded secret that no one managed
Probably
to
'cause
figure
it's
out.
cheap,
No one.
You know?
Yeah.
It was always meant to be a family of 3.
It was meant to be a family
Now,
of 3. We know about
what
one.
everyone is already familiar with is the base. That's the version
Or
of the
2.
universe right now that you're already enjoying. What we're going to do today, though, is we're going to talk about the next variant in the family, the Scout.
All right.
Not a lot of cheering for that one.
Because everybody knows.
All right, let's just take a minute and sort of enjoy the incredible work that the art team has done pushing this guy out.
Are those different engines? They look beefier. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know. Starlink on a Winnebago. Somebody just said
Look,
in my
the,
chat.
the radar is elevated. The radar came up.
When the original
Yeah.
Scout
And
was,
it's got a
when the
spoiler.
original Cutter was released, it helped us to refine the Drake aesthetic. And now with the variants, we'll be able to add a unique identity to each version. On the Scout, we've decided to replace the main thrusters with a dual
There you go.
thruster system.
You caught it.
And you'll see here we've also added a radar dish to the top, which relates directly to the scanning gameplay that comes with this ship. In addition
is
to that,
scanning
we have a
gameplay?
series of exterior bottom modifications to just push that flavor a little bit further.
I wish the gameplay
And you'll
sold
see
the
here
ships,
a
not the
transition
other way
between
around,
the default
you know?
and the
Yeah.
Scout, so you can clearly see the differences.
Those new engines look cool.
There you go.
I like them.
Yeah.
They do look really neat. The side engines are different too, I think, aren't they? Or no?
The
like
the bottom
little-
ones.
Yeah, the squiggle engine thing.
Nah,
whatever
they
that
didn't
is.
change.
Those are the same.
Yeah.
On the interior,
saying $50
we've
on the store
expanded
now,
the rear section of the
by the
ship
way, for
in
this.
order to include a dedicated standing scanning station, which will show up here in a second.
Which does what?
Yeah.
Along with that, we've
Static
also increased the
screens.
space in the rear to house the larger components that are necessary to support that gameplay. Now, expanding the rear did encroach into the habitation, but we were able to rearrange the components in that room so that nothing was lost in the transition.
This is what I was talking about with other ships. You
And on
design
the
a ship
cockpit,
without knowing what scanning
it's the
gameplay
same
is.
cockpit that you all
Yeah.
know and love
You know?
from the original
And you're going to
Cutter.
have to change everything at some point.
From this view, you'll more clearly see the shift
I
that we
hope
had to make in the
scanning's
rear in
coming
order to
along
support the
nicely so
gameplay that
they-
we're trying to achieve.
They know what they need for it.
History says
We're really
probably
proud
not,
of what the team has done with
unfortunately.
this ship, and we hope you like the Scout
Yeah.
as much as we do.
Well, we can keep our fingers crossed.
It's neat. I'm not getting one until I know what it can do.
Yeah.
So
That's not a
obviously,
buy
we've
for
just
me.
introduced the Scout. What are the main
Yeah,
differences
same.
between the base? It is a variant after all. So the first big difference is the radar. It has a size 2 radar, and to accommodate to supply that,
size radars
it comes
mean?
with a
What
size
does that
2 power
mean?
plant and a size 2 cooler. Getting tripped on my own words. As well as the dedicated scan terminal that Ella mentioned earlier. Obviously, as you saw, habitation got a little bit cozier, and unfortunately, it has lost 2 SU compared to the base. So it only
Yeah, I'm
has
sorry.
2
If this
SU
was Shark
cargo
Tank, I'd
capacity
be out.
instead of the 3. Now, what we also want to do is talk a little bit more about the future of scanning. If people are
Yes,
interested
thank
in hearing
you.
about that.
Here we go, Mike.
I missed it. What did you say?
They're talking about scanning.
So what
Okay.
is the future of scanning? We'll touch on it lightly. At the moment, there are two main ways for you to interact with the scanning gameplay loops. The first one's obviously the scan, and the second one's the ping system. Both of these are going to be merged into a single system known as a scan wave. When you send the scan wave out, if you get any successful pings, what will happen is it will immediately populate your HUD with an AR marker, giving you information about what you've been able to scan.
So
as well
what we
as
already
starting
have.
to give you far more interesting information than you get now, rather than just the name of the ship. The underlying system will work on the signature system, similar to what it does today. And there are two main scans. There is the quick scan. The quick scan is just a low version of it. It has a very small impact on your own signal output. So if you want to stay a little bit more covert and potentially not be seen looking at something you shouldn't, you can use that one instead. The main benefits are small increase to your actual passive detection range, as well as being able to detect things that maybe are a little fainter than you should be able to see. This has a decent amount of cutting through interference, but not phenomenal.
Cutting through
the other
interference.
version is the charge scan. The charge scan is the big scan. Now, this will actually allow you to detect things up to quantum boost range, which is way, way further than the current passive
50,000
detection
kilometers.
range. And not only that,
50 kilometers,
but
I
it'll
believe.
actually drop a marker allowing you to jump straight to that location.
50K,
for whatever it is that you
something like
found.
Yeah, 50K makes sense. Because then you can jump to it, so it needs to be pretty far away.
Yeah.
Now, you don't want to be jumping in blind. And as I said, it's going to give you way more information than it did before. Some examples, but not limited to this, are things like whatever it is it charging a quantum drive?
Exploring the wreck
Is it firing?
of a
Is it
jet.
shields
Dropping a
generating?
marker is
Does it
probably
have
the
any
biggest
shields?
thing, by the way.
Is it perhaps
That's
charging
big.
an EMP? Maybe it's got a snare up trying to catch you. It gives you that additional information so you can make the decision whether you actually want
You can
to get
detect
to
a
that location.
snare. He says maybe it has
That's
a snare.
just a
up.
brief glimpse into
That could be
the future
interesting.
of scanning and what
That's how
our
it should
vision
be.
is for it.
If you're putting out that much power, you should. Why are they doing this?
I don't know. Well, maybe because there's something that's good that will come from it. I'm not sure.
Yeah. That's what I'm kind of mean by that.
What happened, Mike? A bunch of devs left or what?
Yeah, two devs went to work on. The two devs that worked on the ship went to work on Star Atlas.
Oh no.
Yeah.
The NFT game?
Yep. Morph stole them. Nah, just kidding. But that's how I found out. Yeah. It was from Morph's video. Morph killed the BMM, guys.
Stop it, Mike.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
The poor guy gets trolled enough, man.
I know.
Leave Morph alone. Don't make me do
we
a crying
all
video.
love Morph on my stream, but we all give him the little bits of shit. So, inside jokes, I guess. Sorry for having them outside.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you bring up a good point. Why are they showing us this video? Is this just be like, look what you could have had?
I know, it's very weird. Outside of like that they want to still sell it at IAE.
Because I mean, it's a huge ship. It's probably the most ambitious ship in terms of interior design that they've ever had to do.
It's so different. I mean, you remember seeing the cargo hold?
Yeah.
Oh my
insane.
god.
Levitating turrets that float out.
Yeah.
You know, like it's totally wild. Everybody loves it. It looks super cool.
The
but
aesthetic was
it's
crazy.
like building a game. It's like building a whole game is building the beta merchantman, you know?
Which is why they, once those two devs left, which I guess were their best, you can't just bring like random people that weren't at this level to bring
you
it.
got to train people up to take over.
Yeah, and nobody wanted to accept that. That was like one of the few times that I like adamantly defended these guys and nobody else was. And I was like, how am I the one with this take? And everyone was really pissed.
They're working at such a high level with this stuff. I mean, I come from a 3D modeling background, so like I literally made this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And these guys are working at such a high level. You don't just bring somebody. Yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah.
You can't just bring somebody in who can be like, oh, I totally know what they were doing. Let me continue on and like make it just like in this. You got to build up to it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now, like, okay, this looks like it's coming to the end. Why did you just do this?
Well,
I want to hear what they say, yeah.
Maybe.
It looks
I like
great,
this
though.
docking platform. I want to see more of that stuff.
Probably the coolest part of this thing, right, was this little platform.
Ooh,
okay.
Baby.
Just don't do what you did last
How many
year.
of you have an Idris of some kind?
Oh my God, I do not.
You can.
Right.
I'll take you around for some rides, Mike.
We plan to deliver
I'll be
the
your turret
Idris
gunner.
alongside the Squadron, and that doesn't mean just the M. We're going to deliver the M, the P, and the K kit all together in one delivery.
Okay. But with Squadron.
Oh, F8C.
Javelin
anybody?
owners, I'm afraid, you're going to have to wait
So
a bit longer
what does
after
this
that.
mean?
Is obviously the bigger ship players can own.
Jav is coming
and
after
we
Squadron.
have
Okay.
recently looked at what is left to deliver on it. We've got plans. There will be modularity with it.
Whoa.
And yeah, that will come after Squadron
Modularity with the
releases.
Javelin?
And
Holy
those
crap.
of you
Yeah,
who
that was
also
the whole
have
selling point of it.
the Vandal Scythe, Glaive, Blade,
Originally.
after Squadron releases, you will also get the updated models as well for that.
Oh,
Cool.
updated for Scythe, Glaive, and Blade.
Yeah.
The Blade is already updated.
Right.
Yeah.
Next.
God, those are sexy, man. I like
no
those ships.
kind of ship panel at a Citizencon event is kind of done without looking at what's coming up next. Previously, we used to do these kind of like silhouettes, but we kind of always felt they were a little bit predictable. We ended up just making most of them anyway. So last year we changed things up. We asked what manufacturer do we want to see make our next large mining ship, and you're going to see more about that at
There
IE
you go.
next
Exodus
month.
is getting.
You're going to see more of that
But
at
again,
IE
this
next
year we
month.
decided just to mix things up a little bit with how we wanted to deliver this.
No.
So you're about to see in a minute a video. It shows some ships you might recognize. Hopefully, it will show some that you don't recognize. But feel free to get on Spectrum afterwards, take a look, give us a guess at what you think they might be, because we'd love to hear your input.
And I will just add to that as well.
Oh.
We aim to deliver everything you see in this video and more in the next 12 months.
I'm not clapping for no statements like that. Nope. 10 years of that.
It is fair.
X1.
Yeah.
Variants of the X1, it looks like as well.
Interesting. That's
Ursa something.
I don't know what that is.
Cargo of some kind.
Oh yeah, just without the
modular.
cargo or something.
Yeah.
Is that the
And
Spirit?
E1? Yeah.
It looked like the Spirit, kind of. There's
No
the,
clue. That looks
is
like
that
a...
not the little snub that we just got? The
No.
Fury?
That's
oh, there's the
boarding ship.
Spartan.
Liberator.
Spartan.
We just saw
Is that
this.
the Spirit? That's the Spirit, right?
No, that's the Zeus.
The Zeus. Okay, there's the
Retaliator with modularity, possibly.
Oh, there's the Polaris.
Ah, okay.
Let's have a look at the current state of the Polaris in engine in its Whitebox state.
Oh,
There you go,
there's your
Ron.
viewer.
There you go, Ron. Ron's been yelling the whole
There
time.
you go, Ron. Let's look at that cargo bay. Let's
Look at
go,
those
Ron.
white
And
box
Sponge.
textures.
It's Sponge for us over here.
This thing has like what, 20 size 10 torpedoes?
I don't know. This thing
Insanity.
is ridiculous.
This thing is designed to kill things that are not in the game yet.
True. What is the picture of it? Just like crashing through an Idris or something like that? Or was that the Perseus? I can't
think that's
remember.
the Perseus. It's just smashing through a hammerhead or something.
Yeah.
thing is
engineering.
massive. Dear God.
It looks like pretty well set in the layout. Look at those torpedoes.
Yeah.
The
They've
size
been
of
getting
ships.
better at designing ships. Like their ship layouts get better and better. What's the fuel ship in this game?
StarFair.
Yeah, we've come a long way since the StarFair.
Oh yeah. That poor interior.
Oh, there's the torp. We saw a
Wait.
torpedo.
That's something shooting at.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
It's taking on an Idris. How big are those going to be?
One-shotting an Idris. Bye, everybody.
That was 4 torps, but dear God.
Swipe away.
We've never seen a size 10 torpedo in the game. I mean,
That's wild.
yeah.
That was all the Scorpius, somebody said. Yep, it was the Scorpius that did it.
I think Ron just came.
Ron's got to take a nap after this panel.
Okay. So,
Crusader.
as you can see, Bones driving. I'm going to say Bones' name a lot, and the other guys too, so it's probably the most times you'll hear that in any presentation.
Or are we seeing icons at the top?
Okay, welcome to the Orison Providence
I don't
platform.
know.
You may have spotted it earlier, but today is the first time we've shown the new visor we developed and tested in Squadron 42.
You no longer see the inside
But
of
you'll
your
be happy
helmet
to know
anymore, guys.
all the UI you see today is going to make its way to
Which
Star
some
Citizen.
people did not like. I'm okay with
Yeah,
it,
I
personally.
didn't
This is
like it
secret
that much.
UEE Navy
Yeah.
tech, so we'll give it a different look for the
You have
I'm okay with it being
vertical
gone, is what I mean.
and look, you have a
As you can
compass on
see,
the left, on the
display
right
is
too.
very clean by
Yeah.
default.
Up and down,
Many of
left
the
and right.
elements are contextual, meaning they appear when you need them to avoid cluttering the screen. We've also temporarily hidden a couple of things so we can focus on them later in this demo. Okay, Bone, let's move into the scene, please.
All right. Maybe they're showcasing ultra-wide support, says chat. I don't know. I thought the
Could
game
be.
already kind of supported it, but...
Okay, when we get a new
It's
mission
kind of.
objective, it appears
Sometimes
in the
with
top
UI
right of
it
the
breaks a
screen.
lot.
And you can see that our first mission
That
is
looks
to
way
repair a
better than
radiation leak.
before. The contract
We've
accepted.
done a major overhaul of the augmented reality marker system, so we can follow the yellow on-screen marker to get to our objective.
Hey, guiding
At the top of the
lights.
screen, you'll also see the compass. Okay, Bone, let's head towards the objective.
Where's the guiding lines? Oh, I thought they just
Gone.
showed them.
We were already happy with the way the player status widgets worked, showing you contextual information about your character and environment. So we've given them some visual polish and added a few new ones.
Like, I wouldn't have known to turn left there.
The environmental radiation here is quite high, and over time it
Radiation.
will wear down our suit and damage the player.
Whoa.
Looks like we can see the source of the radiation there. I think somebody's damaged a pipe, so how are we going to fix it? If we were in space, we could use a salvage and repair ship. Luckily, UEE have some advanced portable tech. Bone, please equip the military multi-tool.
Military multi-tool? What?
What?
The military multi-tool from Squadron 42 has various modes, one of which gives us the ability to salvage and repair while on foot. Okay, Bone, let's use the multi-tool to repair that pipe.
Okay, I mean, it's the same as what we have now. It just looks cooler. Yeah.
It's like the sonic screwdriver or whatever Doctor Who has, you know?
Okay. Right, we can see at the bottom left of the screen,
Saved.
the radiation levels are decreasing.
Does the military multi-tool
So
just
let's
have
head
all
into the
the
scene.
components built into it already? That'd be
Perhaps, yeah.
Go on, Bone.
cool. I've been saying they need
Let's
to
walk
do that
forwards
with
a
the
bit.
normal multi-tool. Just screw all the attachments. Just put them all on the same
Okay.
thing at once.
Now we fixed the damage, we need to find the enemies that caused it.
What about the fact that we're
While we're on the
literally
way,
made of
you'll notice that the on-foot
radioactivity
emissions
at this
at the
point?
top of the screen. We're emitting infrared, electromagnetic radiation, and also sound. If any of these go higher than the background levels, it will be easier for the enemies to detect us. Let's take a look at the bad guys, Bone.
Yeah, this is, I'll
As
believe
part
it.
of the emissions and radar tech, we also have the ability to scan
When the
while
servers
we're
are
on
better.
foot. If we tap the button, we can do a quick scan to reveal everything to reveal info about anything that's in our
Ooh, okay,
view
let's see
currently. Okay, Bone, let's do a quick scan.
Scan.
Oh, that looks a lot better. It's not so.
This highlights whatever's in our line of
crazy.
sight.
Yeah.
There's also some risk and reward to the scanning system. By holding the button, we can charge our scanner, and this reveals enemies through walls using a more powerful wave.
Okay.
But it does
Does it
cause a
give you
spike in
away?
our emissions, which makes us easier
Yeah.
to detect.
Watch top
Okay,
right.
let's do a charge scan, please, Bone.
Okay, it's charging the
Okay.
scanner.
We can also see the augmented reality box outs, which give us a summary of what we've detected. Okay, let's have a look at our weapons. Let's get the gun out, please, Bone.
Keep an eye on this. We might get an idea of.
Okay, we wanted to
gunplay
help the
from,
player see their
for
equipment
tomorrow.
during combat, so we upgraded the weapons display. As well as the ammo in the gun and the spare
snappier.
mags in their pockets, we also now show the player's explosives and med pens.
That's good.
Yeah.
Finally, yeah,
Yep.
showing your gadgets is important.
Okay,
Yep.
let's fight the bad guys.
Oh, it didn't get stuck.
There you can see our new
At our
explosives marker, designed to help you spot deadly grenades,
Oh, we
mines,
didn't
and
hear the
missiles.
explosion.
And it didn't kill anybody.
Is he gonna die here?
I don't think so. He seems to have not taken any damage. He can't die.
These are devs at the end of the day.
True.
The guns sound better.
Okay.
And the kick on the gun
Hold
was
on, Byron.
insane in comparison to how it
seeing
currently
the
goes.
skeleton of the guy is crazy.
Yeah.
Is he? Does that mean he's alive still?
There's one alive. There he is. Oh, two. All right. I think we're safe now.
Interesting. So the scan shows their
Success.
skeletons. What's the point
Okay.
of that?
Damage, maybe?
There's no more hostiles
what's injured,
nearby,
what's
so let's
not?
take a moment to talk about the MobiGlas. The MobiGlas is the Star Citizen equivalent of your smartphone. It has various apps that hook into the gameplay systems. Like all the UI we're showing you today, we wanted to redesign it with the player's usability in mind. To make it look
MobiGlas.
good,
Let's
and
go.
also lay the groundwork for future expansion. Let's bring up the MobiGlas, please, Bone.
Oh, look just above you. We had the ammo indicators of what? Of your ammo and your extra mags.
Looks good on widescreen too, man.
Yeah.
Pretty cool, huh? We've redesigned the interface to give a smoother user experience. We've overhauled the visuals, as you can see, to make it feel more three-dimensional and holographic.
Pressure.
This is actually a sneak peek of the UEE military MobiGlas we've created for Squadron 42.
Where does it say pressure?
This version has a
next to
focused selection of apps, and we're going to expand on that when we bring the
Environment,
MobiGlas to
middle,
the Star
bottom.
Citizen persistent universe. We'll also have more of a smartphone feel in the PU with a wider range of apps. Okay,
This
let's
looks
briefly
good.
talk about this home
It
screen.
does look good.
It gives us an overview of our health,
It doesn't
the
all
environment,
need to be the same
and even our
color,
ship.
but
We
whatever.
can also
man.
check our mission objectives.
Good enough. At this
Okay,
point,
so
just deliver
that's
something
enough about
that works.
the MobiGlas. We've got some more really cool UI just around the corner.
Wait, that's
and
not
to tell you a
enough
bit
with
more
the
about
MobiGlas.
that is the very talented Zane Bien.
Yeah, show us the different
StarMap.
personal. Yeah, show me my friends list.
Yeah. There's no more knickknacks because Squadron, right? So there's some things missing there for us.
Throughout human history, as we have ventured towards the allure of the unknown, we have used
Zane is
cartography
jacked.
as a key component to help shape our understanding and make sense of the world around us. Without these systems in place to catalog our experiences and to chart our journeys, we are forever lost amidst our own environment, and we are just running around aimlessly. This is why it is super important that you, as citizens of our ever-growing, ever-evolving, persistent universe, are equipped with the tools necessary to make your ventures meaningful. So, with that said, I want to show you something that I think is extremely cool.
Zane is TED talking.
So,
up
Bone,
here,
our
man.
next objective is to go to the map kiosk and download a terminal.
You know, he made. I Iron Man's
Or
UI.
he's going to download a map from the terminal. Oh, this is
Let's
the
go ahead
Iron
and
Man
activate
guy?
it.
It's the
That's
Iron
cool.
Man guy, yeah.
What
He's
you
got
see
his
on
flashlight
screen,
on. Come on, Bones.
zoom out a bit. What
God
you see
damn
on
it,
screen
Bones.
is a fully live 3D representation of the environment that we are in.
Bones, turn off your flashlight. This is what happens when you let a 60-year-old dev
You
do the
can see
gameplay
the
demo.
callouts of the various default points of interest. You can pan the map around, you can rotate it, and you can even cycle the floors that you're on to isolate the visuals of the floor that you're on.
Oh, you could see the ship coming.
So
like
our
the-
current objective, it's much more
yeah, that's
interesting
cool.
if we can actually
Yeah,
take this
that looks great.
on the go. So let's download it to our data bank.
Yeah.
Yes, we need this. We need to not have everything available to us the moment we log into StarCloth
As you'll
the
notice,
first time.
we now have the representation
Acquiring
of the
maps.
environment
You like
in,
that?
in the upper left
Love it.
corner of our visor.
You should not know how to get to Grim Hacks.
Ooh, look, there it is. There it is.
Oh, yeah.
On the far, far, far left upper right-hand corner of the widescreen.
Now, the thing that's really interesting to note at this
Turn
point
off the flashlight
is
phone.
not all environments will have such a convenient kiosk available. You may encounter rundown settlements, or you might come across a cave that no one else has ever set foot on before.
So how do we map
What
it
will happen
ourselves?
in this instance
Build the
is
map.
your
Build
radar
the
will
map.
incrementally update your map,
Yes.
and it will incrementally reveal your environment and just save that to your data bank. So you kind of reveal it
Awesome.
incrementally. So
It's incremental, Mike.
this map,
Incrementally.
what we see in the upper left corner of our visor is not really just a map. What it really is actually data. It's our radar. And we can see contacts on our radar as we scan. And it's basically what we have available in stored
Chat
in our
says
data
the
bank.
Zelda
So
gameplay map. Essentially, yeah.
Yeah.
because we have the location data saved to our data bank, we can obviously access that via our MobiGlas. So
Okay.
let's go ahead and pull it up in our MobiGlas, because this is going to get really interesting.
I would like to see them build a map in real time.
Oh, baby.
That's impressive.
Yes. Game maps. Dude, this just makes me feel comfortable
So,
right
Bo,
now.
I would like you to
It's
cycle
the engineering panel, all
between the
using the
different
same
floors
stuff,
for
it
us,
looks like,
please.
too.
Or he's going to transition between floors. Really cool.
Oh, okay.
So you can see this lerping transition between the different floors and marker callouts of our objective
That's
and
really
also
good.
where we are.
That's better than most
I would like to talk a
game
little
map
bit
systems,
about
period.
the tech behind this. What you're
I
seeing
still hate that everything's hollow,
is
but other
not
than that,
a pre-baked asset.
amazing.
And I want to reiterate that because all of our environments can be very dynamic and they can change. They can take damage. Perhaps economic shifts might cause changes in the environment. And
That
you
was
can't
always an intended
export
thing.
Totally custom assets. So what we've done is we collaborated with our graphics team to enable us to render the environment in this way. And what it is we're actually whitelisting objects that we render and excluding everything that we don't need to render. So in our level markup, we basically have the designers and artists mark up only the bits that are necessary for the map. This lets us have a very compelling visual, but without much of the cost.
And it's readable.
Yeah, very readable.
So
I kind of like the transparency because you
think
can start to
what we can
see
do at
paths
this
going
point,
down to the next
what
level.
I want to show
Exactly.
you is something very interesting. So we might look around on this map and note down certain areas that might look interesting that we might want to revisit later.
Give me markers.
We
Come
can
on.
see some doors on this map, and these doors are entities that are called out on the map, and they may change state. So there can be some doors which have a locked state,
Oh my God, yeah, you set a marker. It's
which
right
they
there
will
on the
display
screen.
red. And
Set
doors that are
route
open will
as
be
well.
green. And there are other entity callouts that can happen in our map. So let's go ahead and find a location to put down a pin, please, Bone.
Come on, Bones, you can do it.
Turn off your your flashlight before you do this.
Maybe
Bone.
that one. Maybe that door looks interesting.
Bone can't figure out which one he wants to choose.
Press T. So, what we can do is set a marker, and we can customize. We can customize the details of that marker. Now, what you'll notice as well is as we set markers, there's metadata that is encoded into each of these markers on top of the customized name that we can specify. So we can mark as many markers as we want in this map.
Like you could do that kind of stuff.
And these are all saved to our data bank. And we can eventually share these markers.
Yes.
And even sell these markers on a
That is what I'm talking about,
So the thing
baby.
about this, we can't really talk
Probably the
about
best thing I've heard
markers
all day.
without going,
Yeah.
without mentioning data running.
Okay. Tell me more.
I mean, they shared a little bit of
So
it with that
you
map.
might specialize in exploration, whereas
Level.
perhaps a miner might specialize in the equipment, and they make investments in their equipment. So you, as an explorer, might be in the business of going around and exploring and finding locations that are very valuable to other professions. And the role of these markers are very important in
This is awesome.
coming up with the data and yeah, so it's very important.
It's very
We can
important.
Basically,
I think
when
we
you
can
name your
read
markers,
between the
you can-
lines here.
You can.
It's important.
Make it as maybe obvious, or you can leave it a mystery. So you'll have when you sell it on the market, you
I see
you
where he's
could
going
get
with
rated for how accurate the data is.
So you can, you can. What he's trying to get to is that you can be a pirate.
So
and
the
get
other
people
thing
to come
is
to you
we
and
have
you can scam
a
them.
mission objective as well.
And then you could be rated.
Yeah.
And it would be
But
very
then your
nice
eBay
to
rating
be
goes
able to
down.
route to that
Exactly.
mission objective.
Yeah.
How do we get there? That is another purpose of the map, is basically
Social credit
navigating
system.
and letting us know the way towards that objective.
Here we go. Here's
towards
your
a
route.
destination. So let's go ahead
Set the route,
and
baby.
plot a route to this objective.
Oh, that is cool, man. Finally. Yes.
So
Gigantic
we can see
quality
a
of
line
life
being
feature.
drawn from
Huge.
where we are
Yeah, massive.
up the stairs to our destination and where we want to go. So you will no longer be lost amidst all of our super complex environments. And what's worth
Every
mentioning
new
at
player
this
crying
point,
in a corner
and
somewhere.
what's really cool is this under the hood is actually utilizing another piece of tech, AI pathfinding. And so what that allows us to
You
do
can
is
tell AI to go
leverage
somewhere.
other existing tech to
This is how they
basically,
tell AI to go somewhere, and they're using that
it
for
does all
us.
the heavy lifting. We just make it look pretty.
I
So,
keep hearing people
because
talking. I think it's
of
at
that,
the event, but it's in the game.
There are certain cases where the path might be blocked. It might have a locked door, or there might be a fire that is in our way. The AI pathfinding will account for that. It will go through doors,
My
it will
chat's
handle
spamming when.
elevators, and it will handle fires, locked doors, and it will just handle everything.
We'll
So
see.
that is an example of sort of a piece of tech that we've leveraged under the hood to help us achieve this
My chest says,
goal.
now I can finally find the cockpit of my Starfarer.
Yeah.
So,
Starfarer fixed, guys.
Let's go.
one last thing we can do at the moment is we want to ensure that there are no more hostiles in our way as we make our way to our objective. So what we
There's a
can
ping
do is
button.
we can send out a ping. Bone, if you send out a ping, please.
That's pretty sick.
So the scanning will also be represented in
That's
the map
awesome.
in the same fashion as it is when you're in FPS.
You can see their names and everything.
So we know that there's no more hostiles. Let's go ahead and make our way to our objective. As you can see in the upper left corner, we now have the route line
that's cool,
represented,
man.
our destination, and the distance it takes
I
to
like
get
that
there.
instead of it being physicalized
As we
in the
traverse
world
this
in front of you.
path,
Yeah, it's better.
the path automatically updates, and if you deviate from that path, it will recalculate the route you
Oh,
need to
come
get to
on,
your
man.
destination.
It's Google Maps.
There we go. Nice.
That's awesome. Woo. This is good, man. This is good.
So
What
there's
was
our
that?
buddy. He's flying in.
Oh, Carrick.
So we'll make our way up to the Carrick here.
Just looking
Wait,
cool.
he's not allowed to
the
do
right.
that.
I mean, maybe he
You'll
is.
also notice the pin that we've laid down, as well as our marker objective called out on the
He's a
map.
pro pilot over here, man.
And as you'll notice, as we head up the stairs, the floor will dynamically change as you head up the stairs. If we can get past this first bit. If we don't trip up.
Oh my God! Classic.
So
force
as
reactions.
we make our way into the Carrick, it's not just environments or caves or cities. We can represent the ship on our interior map.
The ship looking any different to you?
And it's totally seamless as you transition between the two.
That was
The
impressive.
transition
So let's go
of
ahead
the
and
map
pull up
is
our MobiGlas
impressive,
again
dude.
and get a wider view of
Really
our ship.
impressive.
Now we're opening the MobiGlas again. Jesus.
Oh, come on. That is so
So
cool.
we are now on the technical deck,
But you could still see the
but
other
we can
map a
also
little bit.
see the other floors. If
Yeah.
you traverse the
Could
floors,
you?
Bone,
Yeah, you can
Just
see a
to
little bit
demonstrate
of. We're facing away from it when he
here's
turns
our
around.
cartography deck.
You could still
Oh,
kind of
yeah,
see
you're
a little
right.
bit.
That's
Yeah.
so cool. Oh, my God.
Down one. And our habitation deck. So you will have noticed from a previous presentation that this was very similar looking, right?
Mm-hmm. This is the same
It's
engineering.
utilizing our tech. So not only will this benefit you as a player, but it also benefits us as developers, because we generalize this system so that other developers can leverage our map to create compelling gameplay. So other teams can leverage our tech, and we leverage the tech from other teams, and it's a circle of life. And I think that's just too cool.
Top right corner, marker
For
data
Squadron.
bank. So you can check all your markers. That's pretty cool.
So, we've been talking about environments, cities, representing ships on our map, maybe planet terrain. These are quite, I mean, our universe is quite big, right?
He sounds like he's building up
It's
to
only a
star
small
map.
fraction of what our
Perhaps.
universe is.
It's the
He knows
slowest
what he's
buildup of all
doing.
time. Come on, bro.
What if?
He's edging.
What if? What happens? Have we tried this? Have we?
I'm
what happens
edging
if you
right now.
just-
Come on, man.
Take your mouse wheel and just zoom out a little bit.
Oh, dynamic.
Keep going.
Keep going.
No.
Keep zooming out all the way out. All the way out. Let's go. Let's go. So, it's not just the interior map. It's not just the radar.
Bro,
It is
zoom
Crusader.
out,
It is
bro.
one single unified system, just across different scales.
Zoom
And
out, Bone.
I want, at this point,
I don't know what
we are
I'm
above
hoping for
Crusader,
yet.
and at this point, I want to invite Emily Hansen onto the stage
Zoom
to talk
out.
about the map as seen at this scale. Thank you very much, everybody.
We like it.
Yeah. Good
Hello,
tech. Good job, guys.
Citizencon. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Come on, Bone.
Phone?
She
Do you
a
want to click on the
doctor?
marker?
Nice. There we go.
As you all suspected, this is the StarMap.
Hey. What's with the DNA?
Where does it say DNA?
No, like the little markers that are going around. It looks like DNA.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so excited to be here today to reveal this to you all. I hope you're excited too.
We are.
Now,
Please
I
show
think
more.
we all know
Yeah.
the current StarMap needed a bit of work.
Dear God.
And we've done that.
Understatement of this century.
Now, mapping the universe is no easy task, but we've taken some big steps forward with this upgrade to make it so much easier for you to navigate the stars.
Please.
Before we dive into the details, let's just take a second to admire Crusader's new look. Bone, why don't you take a look around?
Okay, it's a circle.
Much like the interior map, the star map is holographic. And this lets us add some cool interference effects and details to our planet textures. You can also see our improved player marker and that we're currently at Orison.
Mm-hmm.
The player and location markers have merged at this scale because they're so close together. The player marker takes priority, which is why the marker displays the player icon and color. By smartly merging with bigger points of interest at larger scales, the player marker always remains visible to you. You'll always know where you are relative to points of interest near and far. So, is everyone ready to see more?
Yes.
Please.
Slowest build-up of all time. Come on, guys.
Bone, let's take the step back button. That's the one on the right over here. So we can see, take a look at Crusader and all of its moons.
Looks great.
I don't care about the look. I don't know how many people do. The functionality of the maps that we saw before, awesome.
Yeah, so here we are. Crusader,
Definitely more interested in that.
moons, orbits. You can also see that labels have received a major visual update. They're now fully 3D, and this gives them a really cool perspective. Most labels are aligned to the galactic plane, and they rotate with the map.
That
Bone,
is cool.
give the map a spin. Bone, can you tilt past the horizon, please?
He doesn't know what that means. There you go.
When we do this, the labels flip so you can always read them clearly.
Neat.
Cool. They thought about a lot of the little things. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Labels for city markers and outposts work a little bit differently. Bone, let's double-click on Selin now to focus on it.
All right. Now we're functionality.
Ooh,
yeah.
Yes. Here we go. A real functional map. We can navigate the verse.
Surface labels face the camera and appear when they're in the central part of the planet, reducing on-screen clutter.
Yep.
Bone, want to show this in
You're
action?
only seeing the ones on your side. There you go. Right? That's really
That
good.
is cool.
That's smart.
Markers on the far side of the planet fade out, so they don't take focus from the locations you currently care more about on the near side of the planet.
Just makes
Bone,
it so
can you
much
double-click on one of the
simpler
points
to
of
navigate.
interest?
Is there a search function? That would be cool.
As we selected this marker, its label will stay visible at all angles.
No information.
So
on
far, we've showed you that you can use buttons and double-clicking to jump to objects you're interested in. But wouldn't it be nice if you could also freely zoom out and into locations? Shall we try it, Bone? Let's zoom out until we can see Crusader.
Comma rate you could see, and then it goes away.
Really cool.
Yeah.
We wanted to ensure you have freedom to move around, but this flexibility requires us to be really careful about how and when markers appear. Markers need to disappear when they get too small, but also stay visible when they're still relevant to your view. This isn't simple because objects in a solar system are vastly different sizes.
Would you
Think
remove
about
the
the
grid?
size of a
I would.
star versus a planet versus you,
I don't
the
know.
player. You're
Maybe it's
kind
a
of small
distance
compared to a
marker,
star,
right?
right?
Yeah, maybe.
Our solution is a technique we call cosmetic scaling. This allows us to draw a marker at its real size when we are
At least
close
give us
to
the
it,
option.
and artificially increase its size as we zoom out until we reach the point where it collapses into larger points
I
of
think
interest
each
in the
square is
hierarchy.
10,000 kilometers.
You can see this in action here.
Yeah, and then the big
There's
ones are
no
showing
way
100.
Crusader and its moons are this size at
It's
this
useful
scale
for
in
calculating
reality.
jump distance.
They've been scaled up
and fuel.
massively so you can see them. Bone, let's zoom out a bit more so we can see the moons disappear.
At a glance, you could be like, "Oh, that's 1,000,000 kilometers
Yeah, now
away.
they're
I
a
don't have
million.
fuel for that."
Yeah. Okay.
It's nice how
You can
the
also
grid
start to
scales.
see
Actually, I
Crusader's
like it.
orbit line around the sun here. Before we go back to before we move on to that, let's zoom back in so we can see everything come back as we get closer. As well as zoom, you can also pan around the map
Someone says,
unrestricted.
"The HUD's
Bone,
coming to
feel
the
free
pledge
to have a
store."
quick look around.
Yeah, you want it? You got to pay
As
for
we
it.
draw closer to a marker, the cursor automatically magnetizes to it. This
Oh.
ensures you never lose track of what you're trying to view when you zoom in. No more zooming in on empty space.
Yay!
Nice.
Bone, let's use this technique to take a closer look at Yela.
It's Yela, not Yella. All right.
The magnetic cursor does not require us to click on markers. Keep zooming in.
It's nice.
Bone, can you keep zooming in?
God damn it, Bone.
Thank you. You can see that the
Why it's
surface
always
markers
the
appear
last
without
panel?
us needing to select Yela itself. Imagine how much easier finding that outpost will be now.
Yeah, that's true.
Crusader, as you all know, isn't all there is, though. We've got a pretty big universe out here. Do you want to see some more?
Yes.
Let's have a look at a location further afield. Can we just pan to Calliope, maybe? Bone, let's give that a try.
Is that in
Let's give it a
microtech system?
try. Yeah, it's microtech. He's got to guess. Is he zoomed out enough? I don't think so.
Dear God, are you
Yeah,
trying to tell Bone
I
to
think we're
find
getting
Calliope?
lost. Pretty sure we can all disagree this might not be the best strategy. So what can we do?
This is on purpose.
Bone,
Yeah,
let's try
I
clicking
know.
on the middle button over here. This returns us to our previously selected marker. As I mentioned, we did not select Yela, so we've gone back to Selin.
I don't see a search
So,
option anywhere.
now we know where we are.
Top
Yeah.
left, though.
That's a step in the right direction, but we're still not at Calliope. So we need to find a different way. Bone, could you take a step? Could you use the step back button until we can see the whole solar system, please?
There we go.
There it is.
The star looks cool.
They really made us wait a long time for the zoom out. You're like, we know you're going to zoom it all the way out, guys.
Calliope
Come on.
is one of Microtech's moons. So if we double click on that bone, we should be able to see it. And there it is. Bone, let's pan to it and then zoom in so we can see that magnetic cursor in action again.
It's pretty much what we have now. Just not, it's just functional.
Just functional.
Can you zoom
Yeah.
in?
I mean, that is what we need, though. I mean, what do you want? Like,
I had
It's so
much
cool to
higher,
see more of our moons
believe
and
it or not,
planets and how different they all
very,
look.
very high expectations. Like way more.
Okay, so this is great. But what if I hadn't already known where Calliope was?
search. Here we go.
Surely there's a faster way. We've got you.
Search,
We've
baby.
provided a drop-down that lists the points of interest in the solar system.
There we
Bone,
go. That's good.
want to expand it now?
I was expecting a lot more data.
Bones, any day now.
I mean, he's clicking. There he goes.
Oh.
I guess you can't click
We're
the
actively
arrow.
working on ways to improve the way this list is presented to you, to make it even easier to find what you're looking for. And yes, this will include search functionality.
Okay,
All
there's
right, there we
icons
go.
for the.
That's a big win.
All right.
Will include search. That's all we
Yeah,
need to know.
now you can just search
Bone,
for an
let's use this
outpost.
to go to
Immediately
Ariel.
set a waypoint there.
Yep.
But nobody wants to go to
I
Ariel
absolutely
because
love
it's a
zooming
terrible
around on
move.
this map.
It's just so ugly.
Bone, want to find
I love
Area
it.
18 for me?
Okay. Cool.
So, Area 18 is currently on the dark side of the planet, it seems.
How does she know?
Of course, it's not just planets
I guess
and
because
moons.
it's dark, because it
Bone,
does show
how
the
about
light
we
of the
take a
planet.
look at Security Post Korea?
Oh boy.
Quite a long way down, isn't it? This is where the upcoming search will really come in useful. Bone, want to zoom in a little and show off our holographic model of this station?
Oh, the map of SPK too, as you get closer, probably. Maybe.
I don't know.
Bone, can you also drop down again, please? Thank you. As you may have noticed, the recent list in the drop-down populates as you click on locations in the list. It will remember your 3 most recent selections, so you can use this to quickly return to places in case you want to check something else again.
Very
Maybe
convenient.
your markers as well.
Let's use this to go back to aerial. Okay, so we've done a lot of exploring. I think it's time that we head back. We could do this by selecting Orison from the list, but we also have our own marker that we can take advantage of here.
Our little person thing.
The eagle-eyed amongst you may have noticed that the player marker clamps to the edge of the map, keeping it visible to you no matter how far away you go. To get back to our position, we could double-click that marker, or we could click the first of the navigation buttons to zoom straight there. Now, I'm sure many of you have been wondering if we can go back to our carrot map from the star map, just like how we got here from the carrot map just a few minutes ago. So, let's see what happens when we focus on our player marker. Go ahead, Bone.
Bone has become a meme already in chat.
Yeah, of
Whenever
course.
you're waiting for something, you're just going to scream, Bone, Bone. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's a very robust map system. Not particularly frilly,
Right.
but like
So, yeah,
very
here's our carrot
robust
again.
in terms of the
Being
functionality
able
they
to
built in.
simply zoom between these map contexts lets you draw meaningful connections between what's on the ground and what's in the skies like never before.
And it has room to
Bone,
expand for like
just
what
for
I
fun,
was looking for.
let's zoom all the way back out so we can see the entire Stanton solar
Like
system.
economy information, piracy,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. That's what
It's just so cool to
was
watch the
missing,
verse open
just
up
to be
before
clear.
our eyes.
Yeah, maybe that will come.
as like it's obviously a big piece that's missing from the whole con, right? Is the economy.
With
and
all
stuff.
these new possibilities
Quantum.
for moving around the star map,
Mhm.
you should never find yourself lost again. The controls are so much smoother and easier to use than the star map you're all used to, as I hope Bone agrees. Knowing that what we've shown here today is just the beginning for the upgraded star map. You saw pinning in the local map, and we'll add this to the star map before you get it. Just imagine being able to mark something interesting you find out there in the verse and then sharing that location with friends, just like
Yes,
Zane
I
said.
have imagined it for the past 10 years,
Exploration
actually.
is about to get a lot more interesting. And we're
Okay.
doing everything we can to ensure the star map is your brightest window to the stars yet.
Oh, they
The
thought
marker
that one up.
the marker catalog's really cool. I mean, imagine you mining and marking up all your asteroids and stuff.
And then
you know?
sharing them
And
with
now,
your group,
let's
and then you have a
welcome our
whole
intrepid
list.
demo driver,
All right,
Yeah.
let's go
back
here,
to
then
the
here, then
stage.
here. Yeah, that's
You
awesome.
get your scout guy. Your scout guy just goes around marking asteroids while
Thanks,
you
Emily.
prioritize them. Like, awesome.
Thanks a lot.
Take it away, Bone.
Yeah.
So we're really,
Star
really
Citizen's
excited
Tim
about
Cook.
getting all these features into your hands of the players of
Tim
Star
Apple.
Citizen and Squadron 42. We know they're going to make a huge difference to the way you make your way around the universe. So let's just quickly review what we've seen. We've rebuilt the visor display to give you a better understanding of the environment around you. With the new minimap, with the integrated radar and ping, and it will help you find your way
Minimap a
around.
highlight for sure.
Yes.
There's a new MobiGlas coming with its sleek new design. We're improving all the existing apps, and we're going to develop some new ones too along the way.
So we've got
Okay.
video now.
Oh, a video.
Ooh, okay.
And then
that's a cave.
is our interior map technology, which will truly help
that's
you
landscape.
understand your surroundings.
Landing.
Better awareness of your surroundings and threats.
Landing cam.
Exploring new mapping new areas.
Does it say that?
Pinning locations
No.
for later and sharing these with
But
your
maybe
friends.
it could be.
Yeah, have that pop up on one of your MFDs or something.
Mm-hmm.
Or a
Or the
or the
entrance.
ship's holographic emitter could display it right in front of you while you're landing. That would be amazing.
Apparently, the Gladius had it earlier. It showed the landing cam, or it showed the ground.
When?
I don't know.
Also,
I missed it.
I
They're
like
telling
that
me in
we're
chat.
hearing the presenter's mic
More
right
of
now, dude.
Horizon?
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Horizon?
It wouldn't be a Citizencon if it wasn't like this. It really wouldn't. It's got to be. We survived the entire time without things being like really weird. It
And of
had to happen.
course, our entirely new integrated StarMap, with its new interface and, let's face it, a much-needed refresh to the user experience.
Probably my favorite update.
No
was
more
this.
getting lost.
This is the biggest
whole new
quality of life
perspective.
update, you know, aside from like server meshing or
With
something.
all these upcoming
yeah.
features,
markers.
where will you
first
explore
and then
today?
this.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Thank you, Bones.
When?
Yeah, I know.
This is the thing that had to come by the end of the year. When on this one is an acceptable question to ask.
Yeah, that's
It's
when
the
it was
only one.
promised.